25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
I wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world. Was smiling when I turned. Just
shape, thinking out the box, I'm an astronaut. I blasted off a planet, rocking cause catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had a part of my freaking had to go in opposition, kinda shocking. They run static with precision. I'm automatic, quarterback, and
Welcome to the Death Star.
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate you guys showing up on a Friday night for, Friday Night Raiders Roundtable Talk, man. We have a lot of discussions or topics to go over tonight. And, like I say, I appreciate all you guys that show up here on the panel every single week, just so you guys know, man, it's a lot of work to be showing up out here 3 times a week, man, and the people that can and don't, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody that's been here from the beginning, even the new people to the end. Like I say, the people in the chat, I appreciate every single person out there that supports us, comes here and spends multiple hours, just not a few minutes, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Like I say, I really appreciate all you guys. But like I say, we have a lot of topics that we're going to talk about tonight. Cortez is going to be putting in a few things out there. Cortez had a family loss here just recently. He's going to put a GoFundMe out there. It's up to you guys if you choose to donate or not. Like he said, he just passed away a few days ago. If you do put it out there, appreciate it. If not, you put what you can or can't. It doesn't matter. Outside of that, they'll drop the links for our Discord, Instagram, YouTube, Linktree, so on. I always say if you go to the Instagram page, just go to the Linktree in my bio. You can follow any person that's on our panel. I have every single buddy's link in there, from where Eric's at, Rudy, Sergio, Jeff, Ray. I mean, everybody's deal inside there is obviously inside our link tree. So again, like I said, if you want to give support everybody on the panel, you can go to the link tree and put it. I'll actually have Cortez put up the link tree here later on, just so it's easier for you guys to access and hear. Outside of that, I want to salute to Richard as the mods. Oh my God, man, that freaking Farhan. Appreciate you showing up here just recently, man. Like I said, we always appreciate new people. Outside of that, we're going to get started. Or you guys who want to say salute to out there, man, frickin' give a shout out.
Salute.
Hey, salute, guys. And yeah, Farhan, these two, Carolina and Chicago, really did break NFL media for a while.
I know. I was going to start out with the Jimmy G, but Jimmy can tie into this conversation, so we'll actually start out with that deal. Obviously today that the Carolina Panthers obviously made a trade with the Chicago Bears. They ended up trading DJ Moore, 2 first-round, 2 second-round picks. I just want to say that's something we've been talking about on this channel for multiple weeks now. We've actually been talking about that since we got out of the
our last
season.
live, we just talked about it, that we would trade 2 first and Jacobs or Waller for that first pick. And that's exactly what the Panthers did, but they just added 2 more picks.
People have been saying that it wasn't that it was going to cost us more, this, that, and the other. And obviously they showed up to today and showed that it obviously didn't. But I can understand why Ziggler didn't do it, because that would be 3 consecutive years of no first and second round pick. So I understand why he probably didn't make that pick up there. The other thing is I'm going to tell you right now, it's for Stroud. I've said this the whole entire time. The second that the combine was over, I said that C.J. Stroud is the number 1 quarterback in this draft. I actually think Bryce Young actually hurt his draft stock by not showing up and producing. And not only that, his measurements at 5'10", 3/4 at 204. I think that's going to hurt him a little bit inside there. I think Stroud showed that he's a really pure passer at his height, at his weight, how much vision he has, the mobility. So I think that was a really good pick on. I think it was a really good pick on what's it called, on the Panthers to do it, because I wish we would have did it. I actually wish we would have made that deal. This is where it's going to get real tricky is I know people are sitting there saying Anthony Richards at 1. Like, that shit ain't happening. I don't give a fuck. Like, you do that, that's got to be the craziest shit. I said Carr wasn't going to happen, okay? I didn't think they were going to cut that fool, but I'm going to tell you, that's going to be so fucking mind-blowing that you trade the number 1 for do that 17 fucking touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He hasn't even really done shit in football.
What, man,
and you're going to go over dudes like Stroud that has 41 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, dude, and done it back-to-back seasons at mimic the fucking touchdown to interception ratio. Like, I think that'd just be the most mind-blowing fucking thing in this earth at the time. But I'm saying it right now. It's going to be C.J. Stroud. I don't care what anybody says. I think Carolina knows exactly what they're doing. C.J. Stroud makes perfect sense there. Who is their coach there again? Fuck, why am I drawing a blank on that?
Right.
I mean, fuck, that's what I'm saying, dude. He's going fucking Stroud under Hundo. But outside of that, like, look, great move by them. I mean, they're going to get their quarterback. That's what you have to do. I talked about that on our show. I've talked about this in the Instagram and multiple people recently where people are saying, like, hey, man, what about us that we're giving up these picks? I've said, dude, the Niners have done it. The fucking Colts have done it. They're all competing still up here in the top, wanting to get up to the first pick, especially the Colts. But again, I've said the picks, if you're getting it for a quarterback, I would do it in a heartbeat because I think that's the best position to do it for. And if you're giving up 2 years, like everybody's been doing it, like now Carolina is going to do it and now they're going to go win. I don't think they're necessarily just going to win this year, but you got to still think that they still have draft picks and they can still trade back in. And there's going to be a lot of good receivers in this draft. So they can pick up another receiver, no problem. So at the end of the day, I think they were very smart on making that move. I wish we would have. I think now is where it's going to get real crazy is the Texans going to go with Jalen Carter or do they go with Bryce Young? That's going to determine should we trade up to number 3 to begin with. But then let's say that if they go Jalen Carter, so this is the scary scenario right here, okay? Let's say that they want to pick Jalen Carter, right? We're at 7. Let's say we make the trade to 3 with Arizona, right? We kind of are going to screw ourselves. We're going to screw ourselves because the Colts are going to hit up the Texans and they're going to say, look, the Raiders are going to go quarterback at this pick. We're going to go Jalen, or you want Jalen Carter. We're going to go Bryce Young, man. So if they go Will Levis, you're going to get Jalen Carter at the 4 no matter what. So it's not going to matter. Like, the way that the tier goes is, did he go at 2? I think Jalen Carter has a higher chance of going at 2 with the Texans with fucking DeMeco Ryans than him actually taking a quarterback, because I think fucking the quarterback that we're going to talk about could actually go to there to begin with. I think they have the top 2 and 12 pick. DeMeco, I feel like, in my personal opinion, can win defensively just like he's done with the Niners. So I think, like, with a guy like him, you'd want to put a stamp on that team right away. And I think Jalen Carter is that mold, like that's that Aaron Donald to his team. So I think that's a massive piece, especially for a guy like him. Again, I think they just went and signed Robert Woods, which is all right signing. I think that wasn't a bad deal. So my point is that the Colts can jump up to 2, jump right in front of us. He can still fall back there, dude. But, like where I think it would be fire is like if literally at 3 we were like, fuck Levis and them, we're taking Carter anyway. So fuck you motherfuckers at 4. So tough shit for you. But but at that point, all I'm saying is like, but again, then they can go with Will Anderson, or we go Will Anderson. It doesn't matter. You can go either defense or not. So this draft can get crazy as fuck now, and you got to think about it. That's the first move yet. Like, that's the first move, dude. And again, if the Colts are sitting there talking with the Texans right now, and they're like, "Are you going quarterback, or are you going to go defense, dude?" And they say we're going defense, they can jump ahead right away because Arizona are going to go defense too. They're not going quarterback. So no matter what, even if they make the trade with the Colts, they're still standing pat at 4, still getting the player that they want. So it's like I said, people need to watch out. I talked about this the whole time on our channel. I've said this for time. 3 is going to be key as fuck. And I said where 3 becomes more key or crucial is depending if Chicago trades 1. I said that the whole entire time here. So, and we've talked about it as a group on this panel for multiple weeks now, So all I would say is that kudos to them. I think I don't even know what we do now. To be honest with you, I don't even know what we do to get out of this one now. So outside of that, anything you guys want to add to that?
Yeah, it's real complicated. It's really, drafting is unpredictable. But like I said, you can see the Raiders taking a quarterback in a later round. And, it could be a 3rd or 4th round, maybe 2nd round. But, it's real. And they might just go defense in the 1st round. Just never know.
Yeah, if Ziegler doesn't think it's worth it now, like if soon, or like I don't know, but if Ziegler is gonna like think to a point where it's no longer worth it trading up, he might just try to get the best defensive player available at this point and maybe at this point just try to build the team rather than get the quarterback right away, because him and Josh McDaniels did say they might not have an answer at quarterback right now and not until later on. So this is probably what they mean if something like this happens, that they're not going to have an answer at quarterback right away.
Anything you want to add, Eric?
Oh, you guys just saying pretty much everything on the nail. It's just like at 3, that's where it gets dicey. But a couple years ago, the Cardinals traded down with us to get Josh Rosen. I mean, are they willing to return the favor? I mean, anything's possible nowadays. But like you
It ain't
guys
going to cost
agreed,
nowhere close to getting to 1 to 3. From 7 to 3 versus
it won't
to 1.
be. Because at that time, weren't we picking at like at 11? Like low.
They just went from 9 to 1. And only
That's
gave
crazy.
up 2 firsts and a player.
And that's
And they
crazy.
gave up 2 seconds.
And that's
2
crazy.
firsts, 2 seconds, and that. I mean, the 2 seconds, I don't really even. I've always said, like, I to me, dude, I don't care about the draft picks of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, to me, that shit doesn't matter. I've said you find players all over that draft. Just because you pick a dude in 1 does not mean he's the best player out there. There's dudes like Max that were picked in the 4th round that was better than all those motherfuckers in all that draft. So, again, like, I hate how people look at the draft. I've always said, if you look at the Clee pick and then you took the Max pick and you flip those, what's wrong with that draft? You have Jacobs that hit hella hard, dude. You have Max that hit hard. The only reason people say that's a failed draft is because of Clee at 4. If you put Max at 4, that's a win-ass draft right there. So for me, I hate the way that the draft is looked at. I think it's just it's condescending in multiple ways because of the fact, like I said, just because a player he has the highest potential, but he's also the first motherfucker out of the NFL too. If his potential has to be so high that if he comes into the NFL and don't hit, his ass right the fuck up out of there. Where dudes over there in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are dudes that get time to build, and then they're the ones that have the longevity more times than not because they're here for the fucking 10, 12 years because their expectation at first wasn't set on so high. So, what I was gonna say is about the Matt Corral. I think Richard said this right here. He said, "Why do you make a trade when you have a quarterback who you don't know what they have in Matt Corral?" Well, I think they know what they have in Matt Corral, and I've spoke about this about Anthony Richards, fucking Bennett, fucking Jake, all these other quarterbacks like Hooker, all these dudes, right? A lot of these guys talked to Malik Willis last year like he was going to be the best fucking quarterback out there. They talked that shit for weeks and weeks at a time. They pushed that shit. I said the whole entire time. That guy ain't going to be shit. that guy's gonna fucking fall off the face of the earth. He left out of Auburn, went to Liberty, dude. Like I don't have no faith in this fucking guy whatsoever, dude. And I still don't. And he ain't done shit over there anyways, period. He's still back up behind Tannehill. Like, get the fuck out. The water boy could have probably took that job already. But the point is that when you're looking at a dude like Matt Corral, he's like these dudes here, where when you're talking about him in the draft because people are saying, oh, look at this guy, look at that guy, his cap never ever hit, and it probably won't hit, dude. If you have a guy like Frank over there saying that he would rather trade up and go than roll with Corral, I think he knows how to evaluate the quarterback position pretty well. So I don't think he's just bypassing this kid. So for me, I think, like I said, a lot of times quarterbacks get talked up because where they were, what they've done, things, but sometimes they ain't no better than a backup. So like I said, I'm like you say, there's a lot of guys in this draft that are the same on the same exact label. I mean, they're gonna roll with dude over there in North Carolina for Washington, frickin', which I thought he would have been a great Raider just because of his deep ball.
Nice.
Yeah, with his deep ball and shit, like that fool was a Raider. Like for me, I thought he'd be a great Raider, but at the same time, I think frickin' Matt Corral is probably going to be like a Josh Rosen, something like that. And that's the other thing that gets scary is that if we just stay pat at 7 and draft a defensive player, and then like I would love to get frickin' I'm telling you, like I want Darnell Washington like a motherfucker, dude. Like if you're telling me we can get Darnell Washington and get off Waller, I would do it in a heartbeat, dude. Like I'll tell you right now in a heartbeat. But salute Raphael, appreciate you showing up, bro. Stopping by. Salute Dirty Low, appreciate you, bro. Salute frickin' SB Sports. Salute Richard. Salute everybody, man. Appreciate all you guys stopping by and showing support. Salute AJ. Appreciate you. Like I say, man, there's a lot of things out there. I think at this moment, dude, that they got to take into consideration now that the Panthers went to 1. The quarterbacks are probably going to fall off the board hell fast. So people are probably just going to start hopping in front of each other just so they can get it. To me, I don't think Bryce Young's the player for us. Like the dude can't even see over the line.
Lose the next 17 games than draft Bryce Young. I would rather.
Yeah, you can't even see over the line. And this is the other thing I've said.
We have Russell Wilson type.
He's smaller than Kyler Murray.
You're going to play a lot of shotgun plays with a guy like Bryce.
He fits West Coast. I think he's a West Coast quarterback.
Yeah, I just don't think he would fit us. Levis, I wouldn't have an issue with it, but at that point, why don't you just go with Richardson to begin with? The issue I would have is other teams are probably going to have that same mentality and they're going to do it. It's like literally after Stroud goes off the board, you got 3 other dudes that you're looking at, and then you're looking at from Stroud at 1 to us at 7. There's most definitely 4 quarterback teams right there that or 4 teams in there.
Seattle and the Lions are ahead of us, and you don't know if they're going to want a guy to develop as a backup QB.
There's a possibility that the Raiders could do is get a defensive player with their 7th pick, but then trade up their 2nd round pick and Josh Jacobs for a mid-first round pick. That could be a possibility.
Yeah, if you got rid of Jacobs and got back up in the 1st round, I mean, hell yeah, it's a very good possibility. The only issue I always have with that is you're paying 2 people on a 5th-year option, probably same kind of money, and sometimes that can be a pretty problem if you hit on both your players. Like if you hit on both, I mean, you have 2 dudes at one time getting $20 million contracts. So I'm not against it, but I just think it's kind of hard when you do it like that. That's why I've always said I'm not a real fan of multiple picks inside the 1st round, just because of the way they'll get paid at the end of their 5 years. But that's 5 years down the road. They got to produce, and if we get that, more kudos to us, and they probably deserve it. I said, dude, Jacobs got to go, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how they feel about him, how their feelings are with them. I think Jacob has to go. We need those picks, man. We got to rebuild this team. Yeah, damn right. We're rebuilding this team.
I don't like it, but that's the logical
Ziegler's probably thinking on how to get rid of Jacobs right now.
Hey, dude, I said 3 halfbacks that are getting 350 yards apiece. What's the difference of them doing it or him getting it all himself? Like, the difference is our team is more versatile. It's more unpredictable. Having 3 backs in the backfield than just 1 getting fed every single time. So there's a reason that Derrick Henry got put up on the trade block after all the success he's had and everything he's doing, because of the fact that they're like, hey, we want to get off this guy before he gets too old, and we can't get shit out of him, and we're not trying to pay him fucking $15 million a year either. So, like I say, they already got bigger problems over there. So,
Yeah, it seems
to
like the
me,
NFL is really like telling the running back position people like, "Hey, we're not paying you guys 15 million a year." Like we even got teams getting rid of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I just say. I just think freaking. I just think where we'll be at in the next few days. Because what isn't it? The tampering starts on Monday,
Yeah,
and free agency starts on Wednesday.
yeah.
So you're going to start seeing a lot of signings, a lot of people getting signed, a lot of people getting fucking cut too. Salute, took your souls. Appreciate you, bro. You're going to see a lot of cuts, a lot of signings. You're going to see a lot of shit happen here in the next few days because, like you said, tampering rules start on Monday. The beginning of free agency starts on Wednesday. I've said this numerous times. I really think that they've already drafted this draft multiple times, and I think what they're going to do is probably go into free agency and probably hone in like in the linebacker area. Because I think linebacker is a huge, crucial piece for us, dude. Like I said, you already got Neil Farrell down
Linebacker
there in
is
D
definitely
tackle.
the free agent
Um,
position.
yeah, I think when you're looking for somebody that needs to be the, like I've said, I mean, as much like I say, I'm not saying that Devin Bush is the greatest linebacker out there or not. I'm just saying he's the best one that fit our scheme and what we do. And if we were able to get him for like 15 million a year, I would take that jump, dude, because I think he's young. He's got a long ways to go. He knows the multi D. He can play sideline. He can play pass and run. I think he'd be a good piece to start out. And then if you were to get like Tutu in the second or something of the factor, it would be a good piece to add with him. Then you got Diablo on the other side. Like that's a really good place to start building. Same with our fucking cornerbacks. Like we need to get another cornerback out there that's a 6', 6'2" corner that can play man press, dude, and block off that other side that can give Rocky Sin a freaking good tandem, and that's even saying that we've re-signed Rocky Sin. So there's a lot of corners in free agency I think we can add that are good, but at the same time, like I know people keep pushing this D tackle situation or DN situation, but I think if you look, dude, you could have pressure up there, dude, and if you get good quarterbacks, they're just going to start doing slants and sweeps and out. You can get past the rush, dude. The
I
rush
mean,
is
look
it's
what
not
Mahomes did against the Eagles pass rush.
exactly. It's not unbeatable. Like putting pressure in the outside, it's not unbeatable. And if you know how to zone or scheme for it and get away from it most definitely can happen. So for me, I think like when you're putting the lockdown corner out there with Lakia, I don't give a fuck if the quarterback is sitting in the pocket longer. He still can't get the ball to those dudes because they're doing their fucking job and covering this dude. Like you have a linebacker that's a true linebacker sitting there fucking spying him across the. He's like, fucking throw that ball, bitch. Like he's daring her. Like he's gonna pick that shit off. So, like I said, in those points, dude, like I think those are more crucial needs. Like you can get a pressure in the DN, and like I said, if we're picking at 7, I'm taking Tyree Wilson because he's got the better like if I can get Murphy, I'd take Murphy in a heartbeat. But all I'm saying is either one of those two at that pick. I mean, that would be a great pick because there isn't a linebacker at that pick I would take. You know what I mean? Like there's not a linebacker I'd take at 7 overall. I think you have people like Tyree Wilson and frickin' Miles Murphy that are going to be way better than any linebacker on that board at that pick. So and again, like I said, even you could even say like Christian Gonzalez or somebody at cornerback too. So my point is you got good structural pieces defensively right there either way, and I think if you're going to be building in there, I think like I said, I would kind of build in free agency more for the linebacker position, cornerbacks. Like I mean, Hargrave, if you can get Hargrave here at DT for not too much money, I would sign that fool in a heartbeat. Because I think that D tackle pressure is just as dangerous as the DN. And the thing where Hargrave actually is a plus to us versus, because look, if you go on Chandler's contract, you got to find someone that's going to take it. Then they're going to say, oh, he's overpaid. They're going to want to be around 10, 12 million. So we're eating money now. Like we're eating $5 to $7 million, no matter how you look at that. And if we cut him, we're eating massive dead money. So you're not doing that. I think what would be the smarter choice is get a D tackle, put him in there so it takes the pressure off of Chandler not being double teamed all the time, because you have Max and him that could be double teamed and still get off. I think that's where Chandler lacks, is just how getting old is the double
Yeah,
team. But
it's not that he's bad. He's just older now.
yeah, he can't beat the double team like he did before. Like straight up, if he's 1-on-1, he can play pretty well still. And I've said this numerous times. He showed up. He showed up when they got into the final part of the season, because they put frickin' Cleveland Farrell out there in the 2 spot, the D tackle spot, and it allowed him to be able not to get pressured so much like that. And he showed up. And if you got a guy like Hargrave down there, now look, you've actually taken the pressure off of Chandler, so now Chandler actually becomes productive, and then you can talk to him about restructuring that money, so now we get to keep all the fucking money, dude. We're not eating money in this deal. We get to actually keep the money. So for me, I would kind of push that in that direction to begin with. And like I said, depending on what D tackles are here in the draft in free agency, I would go. But I've said, do not be surprised if these guys are not going for $40 million and $30 million players. Like, they're going for a handful of dudes that are like 5 million, 7.5 million, 10 million. Like, they're not going for big guys. They need to be, even if they go for a dude that's 10 or 15 million, they still need signing bonuses can drop those pays to $8 million players on the cap. What were you going to say?
Like Robert Woods, for example, like the 2 year, he's getting 7.5 per year. That's exactly what I thought of giving him for like a 1 year, 7.5 million. So that makes me so mad that the Texans got him for that.
Yeah, but I have another guy I think would actually be a way bigger need to our team and actually be a way bigger suitor. And so look, if we're being honest about a number 2 wide receiver, I make posts for this for my stuff, but listen, OBJ is the fucking guy. Like, this dude's in phenomenal shape right now. He looks really fucking good, dude. This guy still got massive fucking hands. If you were to pair him with Devontae Adams, bro, like, and we're paying him 10 to 15 million per year, and you're fucking giving him a signing bonus where it's dropping him down around the 7-8 million on the books bracket, I would take him in a heartbeat. I would take him in a heartbeat over any player in this deal as a number 2 right now in this whole entire free agency. So I think if the way that he's been looking on video, the way he's looking in his training, his catching is still phenomenal as fuck, dude. Yeah. Backwards turn hands like this at fucking 30, 40 yards out and fucking palming it. Like, that's fucking next level shit, dude. Like,
I think they're having him do a pro day too, OBJ, to see if like he is healthy and can still catch the ball real good.
Yeah, because I think he would be a crucial add to our team. Like, if you go out there and all these dudes, right, people are talking about, like, listen, I've always said, OBJ, look, when he was with Cleveland, he wasn't doing too well. But the minute he left Cleveland and got in a system that worked tailored to him, his touchdowns in the red zone fucking went up instantly, dude. So his shit went up instantly, and he was able to produce more over there for the Rams at the time, because he was more of a threat within the red zone. Where do we lack the most? The red zone. Where do you say? Are you telling me that Matt Collins is better than OBJ? Like, we were cutting this show off right now. You know what I mean? Like, straight up. So
yeah, OBJ like has better moves.
Damn right. Name a receiver in free agency that's a better overall player than OB if OB's healthy. I don't think there's one in there, period. I don't give a fuck what his name is in there. Not Lazard, not DJ Chark. They don't even come close to this type of player when he's on his game, dude. Like, when he's on his game, he's a great route runner and he's a phenomenal catcher, dude. And that's the thing where we lack, and that's something that Josh is going to want, because the thing in Josh's system is that they run these short intermediate routes, but they need dudes that catch at a very high catch rate, dude. Like, they have to have guys that have very high catch rates. Tom Brady bitched about that a lot, having receivers that don't catch balls on their team. You know what I mean? Like, he's bitched about that numerous times. In Josh's system, you need dudes with high catch rates. And I think if you're looking at Devontae on one side and OBJ on the other side, and like I've said, you can get OBJ, dude, and I don't think it's going to cost as much to get him. And I think if you're getting them, and look, having Devontae here adds to Obi wanting to come here even more, dude. Like, yeah, we may not have a quarterback, But when they're sitting there saying like, okay, they may draft or they may go get this guy or get that guy, Obi's like, bro, I got fucking Devontae on the other. Just give us the fucking ball, bro. Like, just give us the ball. Like, I don't give a fuck who's throwing the goddamn ball at that time, you know. And then say somehow you're keeping Waller, like you're going Waller, OBJ, and fucking Devontae, like and fucking Renfro, like, damn, dude, that's an instant upgrade to our offense right away. And I've always said I'm not really big OBJ fan, but watching him right now and how hard he's trying and how hard he wants to be back, I'd sign him in a heartbeat. I'd sign that fool right now, like right today. So, and I think we would be a fucking way more competitive winning team. The only problem is can he go a whole year? You know, like that would be the real question is can he go a whole year? So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know, maybe. I guess yeah, it's also depending on the contract too. Like if he's like asking for like a big contract despite being out for an entire year,
I
I
think
might
15 million. I think he's going to want to be around the 15. I know he's going to try to push like fucking 20, but he has to know he's already been injured 2 fucking times with ACL tear in the same knee. So I don't think he's going to try to push that high dollar deal.
Yeah.
I think he'll try to stay around the 15 million. Like I think that's
I
where
ain't
he'll want to be.
going I ain't going more than 15 million for him. If he wants
Yeah,
more
he's
than
been out of
15
the
million,
for a
that's where
year.
like I'm like, nah, just
Nobody
go to
took him.
17.
I think he would do that, a 1 year, $15 million deal. I think he would do it and then give him a signing bonus that drops him
I
down
think he
around the
doesn't
$8
have a
million
choice.
mark.
Hmm.
Nobody's just going to walk out and look at Jerry Jones, man. You know how that motherfucker is about people. If he thought he was getting a deal on OBJ, he would have signed that fool to a multi-year deal instantly. So
Yep.
that's all I'm saying. Like, Obi knows where he's going to be at, dude. And Obi knows, like, he's still – and look, you still got Devontae or DeAndre Hopkins. What did I say about that? I called that shit bigger than fuck, did I not? I said that shit right here on this channel. I said DeAndre Hopkins, man, would probably not go for more than a second-round fucking pick, dude. People said, oh, nope, he's going to be first. I said, why would he be first? Bill O'Brien fucking shipped him out of there for a second, and guess what they have him on the board for? Second-round pick right now. So – I think I would take his ass too. I don't care. Give me one or the other. But I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna end up getting like 20 mil. I mean, I don't think DeAndre is going under $20 million. I mean,
What's his contract though?
I don't think they want him for
What is
20
he at?
mil.
I don't know
because it'd be cheap.
I don't know what his contract is at the moment. I do know. I posted about it a while back, but that was a while ago. I think if I remember right, it's like 15 million per year right now, or
So could he restructure, or is he trying to do that?
he can
Oh
restructure
no,
anything he wants.
his contract's 27 million per year.
Ooh.
Is it 27?
Ooh.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what's it on the books for?
It's his recent contract was a 2-year, 54.5 million contract.
From Carolina. I mean, my bad. From the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a lot of money, bro.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think he would do it.
Yeah, that's a
I think he'd be a little too expensive, and I don't think
that's a tough.
Ziegler would want to pay that much.
Dang.
Nah, he's only gonna pay that money to Adams.
Right. I'd rather take LB.
Yeah,
You know,
I'd rather give
a
OBJ
1 year,
1 year, 15 million.
1 year, 15 million. I'd rather do that.
yeah.
But now you got all these people getting cut, like Thielen. Even though he's 32, I mean, I'm not saying
I think
make him
Thielen's gonna retire because he was a Minnesota guy.
for life.
Yeah.
Like, who else might be cut? I know what's his face. Is it Cole Hartman that's gonna be cut? I know everyone's making their cuts, so that opens up the door for us. Like now,
What about that?
Scott.
What about that one corner from the Steelers that got cut? Williams?
Is it Terrence Williams? Something like that.
I think that's his name.
Hey,
My dad was right here to ask him.
What is it? What happened? What happened?
Let me look at Steelers.
What did you guys say?
it was a corner from the Steelers that got cut. And
Oh, William Jackson. William Jackson.
Oh yeah, William Jackson.
Okay.
Wasn't he freaking Redskin too? He was Redskin, right?
He was.
Yeah, he was a Redskin,
Yeah.
and then he went to the Steelers.
I'd probably
Obviously,
pass
he's a
on that fool,
journeyman.
to be honest with you. There's a reason they're cutting him because they're probably going to try to keep Sutton, and Sutton's only at like $4.5 million right now, so they're probably going to try to give him money. I've said there's reason that these dudes get cut, dude. It's like this other guy that I think Cortez wants to talk about, so I'm not going to speak on him, but I've said that when you're looking at other players that are on the team age wise, and then you're looking at youth wise, and then somebody ends up getting cut, or there's a reason that fool didn't get that spot, and then we're wanting to go over there and try to get these types of players. So I don't know if I'd be too high on him to begin with. I actually would probably try to shoot after the dude in Tampa Bay. I'd probably want to aim for him a little bit. Like he would probably be a good add to us. I think Sutton would be a good add to us. Jones would be a good add to us. I think frickin' anytime. I mean, obviously Ramsey, but that ain't gonna happen. So, but outside of that, I mean, I think we need a player. We need another man press corner over there, dude, off the side of Lockyer Sin. And I've said Sutton out of the 3-4 out of Tomlinson would be a great pickup. Jones from New England, he knows the system very well. He'd be another great pickup. I've said Oliver from the Arizona would be another good pickup, dude. I think he'd actually be a good one. Dude from Tampa Bay would be a good player to look at for corner outside of Lockyer. I'm not up for Slay in them, dude. I think Slay's too old, 32 years old, dude, for the money that he's going to demand.
Darius Slay got
I'm not.
beat a lot at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just another Hayward, dude. Like Hayward played good for us, dude, but we can tell at the end of the year he was starting to fall off the board. So I'm just not trying to go for him or Bradbury. I think, look, people got to understand Bradbury is going to want a lot of money. He's getting up there in age. I think he's like 29, going to be 30 years old. He's going to want to get paid, dude. So you're going to be paying him anywhere between $16 and $20 million per year. And then not only that, you're going to be, he didn't even do good in Patrick Graham's system the first time. Why the fuck would he do good now? So it's not a guy that I'm trying to put on our board to go after. I've said there's younger youth out there where you can go and fit these people in there.
I don't want to get guys from the Eagles because the reason they were doing so good was because there was so much depth. Like there were so many good people. And everyone, like every other content creator saying, oh, get this guy from the Eagles. No, the reason Bradbury did so well is because he had Slay on the other side and he had Gardner Johnson at safety. Like there's a reason why the Eagles, an individual player was doing so good on that defense. Like if Bradbury went to any other team, he's probably going to struggle.
And I think for us as Raider fans, we got to quit looking at these older dudes and being like, let's bring them here. Like Levante David, dude. Like I loved Levante David like 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago. I would love to have that fool here. But this fool's also like 32, 33, dude. He's going to fuck. Like we got to quit doing that shit. Like there's other talented players out here that are young players that can come in and be developed, especially with the staff that we have, dude. I mean, Josh has already shown you where people talk about Josh can't develop a quarterback. Obviously, he's trying to do it right here, right now. He's trying to do his number one deal, go get his ass a quarterback, just so that narrative can go out the window. So, like I say, if you're able to sit and let them do their jobs, let them do their jobs. Let them produce. Let them fucking do what they get paid to do. So, for me, like I said, I think it would be smart for them to go youth movement, dude, and start putting players. Go into free agency and pick up a receiver, pick up a frickin'. I mean, I don't think you should go tight end because I think you can get tight ends in that draft all day. I don't think the line's as crucial as people think. I think we got plenty of dudes in there. We can draft a guy later in the round, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. Then I think, like, when we look over at I think, like you said, corner is going to – I mean, Sutton on our team, dude, on the opposite of frickin' on Lockyer, dude, that's going to be that would be phenomenal. This dude's a man press, dude. He's one of the best in the frickin' NFL this year, dude, and played at a very high level, and he's only like 27, 28 years old. The same with frickin' Jones. He just knows the system really, really well. Like I said, long story short, there's a lot of dudes in there that you can put over on the other side and solidify the deal. I think Devin Bush is really the only one linebacker, because I get a lot of people say Edwards, or what's that dude
Tremaine
from Buffalo?
Tremaine Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds.
Edmonds. He's in a base
Yeah.
4-3 system, bro. Like, just because a guy's good in a 4-3 does not mean he can play in a 3-4-4-3 fucking multi D. And a lot of fucking players have that issue of being good in one system and not good in the other system. And he's been in a 4-3 base his whole entire career, dude, in the NFL. So if I had Bush and him to bet against each other, I'm going to go with Bush. He's already been in the system. He knows it. All he's got to do is learn the terminology. Where Edmonds, it's going to probably take him a year just to get used to everything that he's changing to see in the 3-4 and the 4-3. So I wouldn't be too set up on him, man. Like, I would probably push the Devin Bush more than I would push for Edmonds. Period. And that's just saying if we went after either one of them. But Levante David, I mean, like I said, he's a good name, man. If we can get him, I'd hope we can get him cheap. Like, I would hope we get him dirt ass cheap, because I ain't trying to go pay that dude any kind of crazy money. It would just be a Chandler Jones move, and I think that's not a smart move. Like, when you take these younger players like Oliver in Atlanta at cornerback, that dude has all the skill in the world. He just got to produce it. Like, that's all he's got to do. He got all the tangibles, from the height to the speed to the player. He just has to put it all on paper and produce it at a high level. He's just had injury, but like I say, he's a good player, man. So, you guys have anything you want to add to this, or do you want to start on a topic?
Just one
I was
more
ready to
thing.
start
They're
topic,
also
yeah.
letting Jerry Tillery walk to free agency.
Also,
And
who
it's
else?
probably smart.
Who else are gonna walk? Perryman too, as well.
Yeah, it's smart that they do it, because listen, I've said the whole time, everybody gets set on these mediocre players. What did Perryman do that Tyrell Whitehead did, or what was it? What is it, Tyrell? It's Whitehead. What's his name? Fucking
To here,
Tahir Whitehead. What did he do any different than he did? Same fucking players, same exact result. They both were run stopping defenders, dude, and they both had a high rate of tackles. What the fuck was the difference between the two people? Like, there was no difference in there, dude. I've said the whole time, I'd let Perryman walk, dude, and I would seek for Devin Bush or somebody that has a cover run defender. That's what you want at that fucking linebacker, to be your fucking key line, like, be your key piece in the linebacker as your quarterback. Like, that's what you want, dude. That's what NFL defenses have been built on for, God, who knows how long, probably since the game's been going. So I just think, like you say, when you're looking back to like the Ray Lewis, frickin' Brian Urlacher kind of days,
Yeah.
dude, with types of dudes like those, I think that's where we need to get, is a player of that stature. I fucking hate Devin White. I think that guy's trash as fuck. I don't know why people see that guy so high up, but I think that guy is garbage, dude. Like, I would not want him on our team. I don't think that guy is garbage in coverage, dude. Like, they jock this dude because of his fucking play in the Super Bowl, but we got to remember, this motherfucker got to play 17 games before he ever even gets to the playoffs. So I'm cool on fucking White, dude. Fucking. So long story short, did anybody have anything else they wanted to add on this topic?
Nah.
No, that's
All right,
good.
so we'll just go into what freaking Jimmy Garoppolo. We ain't talked about him yet, so. The most talk here out of today is, what I've heard is Jimmy Garoppolo. Are the Raiders going to go after Jimmy Garoppolo in free agency? A lot of people have projected him to start out that we will go after him. I say bullshit.
I think the
Like,
Texans are going to
straight
get
up.
him.
That
Because
part.
the
Who?
top two teams right now, the top two teams are us and the Texans. I think they're just trying to say us just because he has connections to McDaniels. But I think D'Amico just wants to have Jimmy start right away. Because I
Dude,
think
if he goes and gets, like I said, if he goes and gets fucking Jalen Carter and then picks again, he can go receiver at the 12th with Addison or Johnson or anybody there, and then picks up fucking Jimmy.
and the
Team looking
reason
pretty
why
good
is
right away.
I think D'Amico wants to try to win the division right now. And because the Colts, who knows what they're going to be, and the Titans are already admitting that they're going to tank for next year. Like, they already admitted that. They're letting all of their players get cut and go to free agency. So he probably wants to try to compete with the Jaguars and win the division right now.
And I mean, he could in a few pieces, because if you look at it, they got a really good halfback. And here's another option. Even at 12, they can go cornerback, pair him up with Stingley, and then bam, you're already fucking, you're started. Like, you're going
The
pretty damn
Texans
good.
defense is already like right now at worst average, but if he can make it elite in 1 year, all he has to do is just put like a few solid pieces on the offense.
I mean, look at it like this: Jalen Carter at 2. Let's say that you go Ringo or frickin' Witherspoon or Gonzalez, just depending on whatever corner is there at that pick. So now you've paired up one with Stingley, and you've got your D tackle in there, and then you got the second pick in the second round, and let's say that they go 2-2, and then boom, bam, there you go. You got your linebacker, your corner, and your fucking D tackle all in the first 3 picks, and we just started the second round. And you got Jimmy as your quarterback. And then even if you want to say like pairing up Cooks with Woods, and just say that you wanted to go Addison at 12. You know what I mean? Like, or Johnson from
And also,
TCU. Like,
don't forget Michi. Don't forget Dustin. Michi coming back there from cancer. Don't forget that. They're gonna have
yeah,
him back
and
this
you
year too.
got Hyatt there. So I mean, you got a lot of guys that can be up there. So like I said, I mean, the Texans can go a whole different route than quarterback, and they don't need to go quarterback if D'Amico has the mindset that if he builds that defense like he did with the Niners, he can win with Jimmy. He don't need to go quarterback right now. Jimmy's still young. Like I said, Jimmy got 54-21 record, dude. So I think D'Amico looks at it like, if I can get him the defense, this guy can still win for us, dude, and he's not going to be a high deal. The thing where I think he smokes us at and goes to the Texans is the money. Like, fuck, we're not giving this fool 35 million. We did not just cut Carr for 34 and give him 35. Like, we did not just fucking do that, dude. And that's not going to happen. That'll be the end of that
You don't
motherfucker's
replace
career.
a 2014 draft pick with another 2014 draft pick.
Yeah, fuck no. I don't think that goes down in any books. But I've said, like, I've said if they revamp this defense and turn it around, dude, and then fucking put a guy like Jimmy in there that manages, because now they're based off the defense, Jimmy can win here. I'm not going to argue it. What I'm saying is Jimmy ain't winning here if we're relying on the offense like we've done with Carr. That's not fucking happening. There's no way, no how. But the thing is Jimmy willing to take $15 million? Like, because that's as much as I can see them wanting to pay a veteran quarterback. How do you fix your defense on $38 million, giving him 20 or 30 of it?
Especially a quarterback that might be injury prone at this point.
He's already been injured multiple times.
Yeah.
So like, I would only give him, like, I ain't giving you more than 20 million if you can show me you can play 17 games. Because the reason you're not a starter for the Niners anymore was, 1, they wanted to replace you, and 2, now they got another replacement for you, and that's the last pick in the draft.
Mr. Irrelevant, bro. Mr. Irrelevant better than you. Then
Purdy.
they're fucking in. They want to ship off fucking Trey Lance, and they're going to go with Purdy over you, even with this fucking elbow like this fucking for the next 6 months, you know? So, fuck, at least 3. So, like I say, at that point, you don't want to be, to me, I mean, that just shows you right away, oh, we really like Jimmy. He's doing oh, no, we want to let go Jimmy. We want to take his playbook from him. Oh, Trey Lance got hurt. Oh, hell, Jimmy, here's your playbook back. Come play for us. Oh, yeah, we're really excited about the way Jimmy's playing. He's doing such a good job. We're looking about extending him. Oh, well, broken foot Jimmy. Here comes Purdy. Yeah, fuck Jimmy. Release him in the offseason. We don't need that motherfucker no more.
Yeah,
like, that's how fast he's irrelevant. He's irrelevant as fast as the next quarterback ain't hurt.
Yeah. I think with Trey Lance, though, he was more athletic, but he just wasn't skilled. I think he was quick with his feet and everything, but he just wasn't consistent. And when he wasn't being consistent, he got injured because he ran with his feet a lot.
Niners, they could have got Justin Fields with that pick.
Well, just Trey Lance,
him over there in the Niners, he would have been a great player.
Kind of the same kind of player a little bit, except Justin Fields might be a little more skilled. But yeah, they're both athletic, though, very athletic. They can both run with their feet and everything. But you know, I think with Trey Lance, I think he might have been a little more immature and not ready. But, you know, when you don't develop and everything, like I said, when college players come to the NFL and they don't transition right, then they look like they're mediocre, really bad. I
just think Jimmy
lesson with Jamarcus Russell.
Jimmy would be a fucking L all the way around. Like Jimmy would be a fucking L all the way around. Like I'll tell you right now, like he'd be a fucking L done, like straight up.
Yeah. In a rebuild, I don't think it would be a good idea.
Dustin,
anyway.
you got we got the first draft Richardson.
Yeah, I think these guys are fucking crazy. Well, don't get me wrong. There's somebody on this panel that has the topic too.
Oh wait, someone's got a topic for that.
That they do. Well, I mean, I don't think he means it. Well, I don't know. It's his topic. He can tell you how he means it. So either way, on this panel, what do you guys think about Jimmy? Are you guys for Jimmy or no?
I don't want
him. I wouldn't go for it because
fuck it, I would just
gets
for
hurt, and then
just for the gap.
Hurt,
go
then,
for him for just a year.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I want him. Can he even play?
Jared Stidham also is brittle too. He had spine injury, and I don't know.
Who cares? Why are you bringing up his?
And you got two hurt quarterbacks then.
Why are you still bringing that up? What he did? That's in the past. We're in the future. Quit bringing up negativity on Jared Stidham. I know we know that you don't like him.
It ain't it's
you're
about
not the coach to coach him.
Either way, do you guys like Jimmy or not? That's a topic.
No.
Do you like Jimmy?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Especially if he's probably going to ask for more than $20 million. I'm not going
to. Fuck yeah, he is. 100% fact. He's going to get 20 to 30 million, dude. Like 100%.
He's going to go to Houston to be their bridge gap quarterback.
Well, it could be right. I mean, notice I didn't say I disagree with him. With Aaron, could be right.
You need to quit hating on Jared Stidham.
Man, fuck that, Richard. I'm not giving the fucking Panthers shit for Matt
for your favorite quarterback.
Again, fucking Stidham might not even be here, so who gives a fuck about him? Period. So again, we're not talking about Stidham, and motherfucker ain't gonna be our quarterback. So again, we're talking about fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. We are not talking about any other fucking quarterback outside Jimmy motherfucking Garoppolo. It's either a yes or no answer. You want him? You don't fucking want him. Why you don't want him? Yes, why you want him? Easy topic, dude.
Okay.
And Richard, I wouldn't give shit for Matt Corral. I'm not giving them 2 picks for nothing. I give him motherfucker. He can give them to us. Like, straight up. They want to give them to us and give them to us. But I'm not giving them motherfucker.
Fuck Matt Corral, man.
I'm surprised.
And I'm not saying that Matt Corral's not bad, dude. Listen, I love Matt Corral, Ole Miss, dude. I thought he was one of the best coming out of there last year. I like Matt Corral. I would not mind him being a backup, dude. But there's a reason that he's not starting there, and there's a reason with Frank Dean there. If he felt that Matt Corral could start, he wouldn't have just traded up all that draft cap to go get fucking Stroud.
If there's a reason Matt Corral didn't start over Sam Darnold, I don't want him.
Yeah,
that's questionable. Like how?
Because Sam Darnold.
Are you guys watching the Laker game? You watching the Laker game, Eric?
Oh yeah, man. It's kind of hard to watch right now, man.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Toronto. Hey, Warriors fan. Warriors fan. Hold up, Warriors fan. They're not by 10. Hey, Warriors fan. Didn't y'all lose? Didn't y'all just lose last night?
I don't give
they got murdered, bro. Their players were quitting on the court, bro.
You guys have all.
Hey, Draymond went like this. Draymond got so mad. He turned around and said, "Fuck you," walked off to the other end. Like, fucking get out of here, fucking guy. That guy got so butthurt, dude. It wasn't even funny. He was pissed at Poole for that shit. Long story short, let's get back on topic. Like I said, I think it's a huge L for Jimmy. I think the only reason that they bring his name up, just like they're bringing up Bradbury, I don't think we have any interest in Bradbury whatsoever. I think the reason that they say that is because the Raiders are lacking a corner and he has ties with Patrick Graham. This is the same thing about us lacking a quarterback and having ties with Josh McDaniels. Let's be real, dude. He hasn't been in Josh McDaniels' system for a very long fucking time. And you're going to ask him to get acclimated like he was just in it yesterday when you do have a dude like Jared Stidham that could come back in and play it right now. And not only that, Chase Garber's on the fucking roster right here, right now would give us the best option at Caleb Williams or Drake Mays next year. Like, I'll be fucking dead ass serious. Like, if you're not getting a quarterback out of here right now, you got to get one in the next year or two, no matter what. Like, no matter fucking what. Otherwise, you're going to just be playing the free agency game with whatever quarterback's coming out. And then we're going to get fucking stuck, and then we're going to have to make a fucking blockbuster trade to a fucking team if that's what they're looking. So I would focus in on quarterback this year or next year, and the more I keep talking about this topic, I can just see Anthony Richards or somebody, like I said, Hooker or somebody being on this roster instantly, because you're not going to want to play the game where you're like, oh, fucking 2-3 years down the road and still don't have a quarterback. Like, they're not going to want to play that fucking game. So I think if you put Hooker on here, high upside is that he could be the starter. Low downside is he's better than Stenham and he's on the roster to teach people, you know. So I don't know how I'd look at that one, to be honest. So long story short, at the end of the day, fuck Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't even want to see him in our uniform. I think they only talk about that bitch because he knows Josh. And fuck you, get out of here, pretty boy. We don't give a fuck about you. You had no fucking deal to our fucking team. You don't add no value. I've said it from day one. This guy is not the guy, dude. All right, let's go over here. You want to talk on your subject, Eric? We're on this topic.
I already did. Oh yeah, my topic, but yeah, I just seen it. I just seen it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, I hope I hope not.
What was it?
Well, it was the Raiders trade for Stroud or go with the Combine Warrior Anthony Richardson.
The Combine Warrior.
And that's Combine Warrior. It's your topic. We'll let Eric. Do you want to speak on it or no?
Oh no, I'm good, bro.
All right, so with Anthony Richardson, like, I get the fact that he did the Combine shit, but that dude still needs to be developed. There's no doubt. You can have the measurables, you can have the tangibles, you still have to do the fucking work. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, CJ Stroud showed that he's miles ahead of that fool when it comes to throwing the ball, accuracy, vision, the way that he sees the field. This fool still has a long ways to be built. So it would be a good trade if he can get the accuracy down. Yes, so would Lamar Jackson. The difference is Lamar's had fucking 3-4 years playing. He's played in the game, and this was his best year accuracy wise just last year. So it's taken him 4 fucking years of playing in the game to get accurate like that. And we're acting like, oh, Richardson's just gonna learn this shit overnight. Like, look, Richardson's would be a great tangible, but you have to program that motherfucker for a lot of things, dude. One, not to just pull the fucking ball down and take off running, because that's what he's going to be designed to look. He's going to have to be taught, just like Stenham, to go through progression. And then once you get through progression, pull down and get the fuck up out of there. Like, that's what he's going to have to be programmed. And then in the time of him being programmed within the progression to be able to get to that, he's got to also come up with the accuracy. Where in Josh's system, his best plays are made within the 5 and 10 yard line. And guess what? Guess what Richardson's weakest strength is? Guess what? I'll give you a million guesses and you ain't going to hit it, right? Well, you probably will. It's the fucking 5 and 10 yards. The motherfucker cannot throw short passes to save his life. So why the fuck would you try to take a guy like him? Can you go a year, hopefully develop the accuracy in that? Yeah, man, but fuck, we could also go a year stuck and pick up Caleb Williams that'll smoke this guy, period. Like, straight up fucking period. Drake May's probably smoked this motherfucker too. So, and there's multiple other quarterbacks in next year's draft that probably do better than him too. So I said I'd rather take Stetson Bennett than get fucking Richardson, just because Bennett is accurate and can play right this second. I feel like he's got really good. He's just older quarterback, but Stetson ain't no slouch either. But not my guy, not who I would want. But
Hugo,
you have Archie Manning going to be out in the year after Caleb and them. So it's like you got a lot of good ass fucking quarterbacks going to be coming out here soon. So I don't know how to address it. Like, I don't know how to feel. And I don't know how they feel if they could get that accuracy out of fucking, if they feel like they can get that accuracy out of Richardson. You know what I mean? And I've always said, I don't want to speak on what these guys think they can get from a player because we're not the coaches. Like, we don't fucking do that. They do.
Yo, Hugo, Hurst, though, he was already accurate with Alabama and Oklahoma. He was already an accurate QB. So, and the reason they had to figure out how to get rid of Carson Wentz at the time.
Things to improve, not just QBs. Well, I mean, that's facts, Hugo. Yeah. I mean, like I say, it is facts. They do have a lot of places we have to get better at. And it isn't just QB, but the QB is one of the most important positions, if not the most important position in all football. So, yeah, so you have to All right, Richard, appreciate you, bro. Thank you for stopping by, man. Hey, like I say, man, much love. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great Friday. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe, man. Like straight up. You get drunk or go drinking. I don't know if you do or not. I think you're at work anyways. Always Uber, man. I always say Uber, man. Fucking, they'll give you a ride for money, but outside of that, but like I say, Hugo, you're right. We have a lot more needs, but I think quarterback is a huge need. I wouldn't be against going defense, dude. Like I would go
Quarterback's
defense.
your number one thing, though. That's what you need, a quarterback.
Who's that quarterback?
Can't go in there with just
rookie
eight starters.
year as backup, not a starter. Yeah, I agree.
Hugo, it was because they were
100%.
trying to figure out how to get rid of Carson Wentz.
I mean, look, that's not a player. That's a player I would look at too. I mean, I'm dead ass serious. I'd look at Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts had 27-4, dude. Like he had 27 touchdowns with 4 interceptions, and they got rid of that fool. Like I think the Colts should have fucking probably looked at other places to be better. Period.
Hey, Dustin, I'm just gonna say this. I think Moody's gonna Muti, the one that's from Fresno State. I think he's gonna be one of the starting guards.
He most definitely. I mean, like I said, he's gonna have to beat out Illuminor, fucking. So.
Oh, hey,
like
bro, we don't know about
Illuminor.
They may let him test free agent. We don't know.
I mean, again, they'll know here in a few hours. Well, a few days. I mean, easily. So they're gonna know here fairly quick.
Monday's gonna be crazy.
I mean, the thing is with that. Man, with that quarterback position, they said it out loud before the combine started. They said they're not going to have an answer at quarterback right now.
Yeah.
To be honest, I got a topic on this, on the quarterback situation where I would go. I don't know if you want to.
All right, what were you going to say, Rudy?
What I was saying is we could end up getting quarterback in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. Could be that way.
I think it's going to probably more move that way for sure. I think it's going to start heading that way for sure. Eric, you have anything you want to add to this or no? All right, so anybody, what were you saying?
I'm not saying y'all hitting everything pretty much. Well, I'm going to say this. As long as we got somebody under center that can be formable, I don't really care. I mean, I would prefer a rookie, whatever it is. As long as they can throw the ball to Devontae and Waller,
how do you feel? Who it is. Hey, how do you feel about Hooker?
Hey, if that ACL is 100% healed up, I'll take him in a second.
He has a better accuracy than Richardson.
Hey, well, if
everyone has a better accuracy.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. The fucking Cowboy got better accuracy than Richardson.
He gets out of tackles too, and once he gets out of them and he sees an open lane, he's gone. He takes off running.
Well,
because that's what Josh really wants. Another option that could run the ball, like Stidham did last year for us against the Niners.
Well, I'll take him. Like if Hooker is available and healthy, hey, I'll take it. And guess what? It won't cost us so much to get him in the 2nd because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be there. He's not going 1st round. There's no way. There's no way.
Hey, but there may be
there's too many quarterbacks on the board to have him be gone in the 1st round.
I'm not gonna lie. We had Gruden would take him in the 1st round.
No, Gruden.
I think he'll go 2nd or 3rd. Right, I can see him going in the 3rd round, dude. I mean, look at last year. Look at last year with the quarterbacks that Matt Corral and all those dudes. They didn't even start getting taken off the board till the 3rd round.
You're right, because wasn't the first quarterback took in? It was Pickett. Pickett was
Pickett, dude, and fucking Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, because
Desmond
Ritter. Quarterbacks weren't that good in that year.
Last year was the weakest
tried so hard to make these guys sound like 1st round picks.
Yeah, they weren't that good,
Desmond Ritter. I mean,
and then they tried to say like when Malik Willis was picked in 3rd round. Oh my gosh, Titans probably got the steal of the draft. And I'm like, if all of the quarterbacks were not picked until the 3rd round, none of them really steals then.
Hey, Dobbs from the Steelers took over his fucking job at the end of the season.
Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
A 3rd string quarterback.
Joshua Dobbs, Tennessee legend.
Yep.
Took over. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's fucking. Like I said, that's my point. When people start talking up these players, you can't have 10 top 5 quarterbacks, dude. Like it doesn't work like that.
No.
Nah,
And
even
players don't get
to
better in the off
Ziegler
season
and
than they did in
McDaniels
the
said
season
that.
that they played in.
Yeah.
McDaniels and Ziegler said that. They said if you're getting what's said to be like the third or fourth best quarterback in the draft, why are you taking them in the first round? Because if you got your first and second best quarterback, you would rather want those two in the top 10 rather than the third and fourth best quarterback.
Yeah.
So
Go for the
it wouldn't
best
make
player
sense
that's
to draft
available.
Willis and Richardson in the first round if Bryce, CJ are gone.
Yes, BPA, best player available.
Yeah, damn right.
It's not always
You're just
position
taking.
necessarily.
That's why I keep saying the Richardson pick doesn't make sense. You're listen. This guy was scouted every way across the board before the combine. Will I say that
Mm-hmm.
Richardson can go second round? Yeah, fuck, I'm not going to argue that.
I even
But the
said the
fact
dude
at
was
the
meant
end
to
of
be
the
a
day
second round
is
pick.
that he's been projected across every scout across the whole NFL that this dude is raw talent. He has developmental to keep go, like he needs to develop in a lot. They've all said 1 or 2 year sitting. Motherfuckers are talking about him going in the fucking first overall and what, sitting on the
Yes.
bench? Like sitting on the fucking bench? Like that'd be fucking nuts. That'd
I
be so
promise you,
nuts.
I will laugh for a week if he gets picked in the top 10 or even the first pick.
Yeah, I just think if they do that, that'd just be fucking. Oh my god, dude. They did that, I'd be hitting up fucking the Texans instantly. I'd be like, bro,
I
you
would
fucking take
look for
quarterback.
Ziegler's phone number, call him, and be like, "Yo, you need to trade up right now."
Oh, if they're going like that in there, dude, I would just, I don't even know what I would think. I think that'd be so fucking dumb. But I mean, hey, whatever. I've seen crazier shit just this year, so I'm not gonna say it's not unheard of. So, Cortez, you want to talk about your topic or what? Aaron. All right. Either way, we'll move on to him. Let's see, Sergio. Let's see if anybody else's deals here.
Let me do this real quick.
Cortez, do you want to talk or no?
Yeah, let's go.
It says, in your opinion, which should be our first pick?
My top two are Miles Murphy and Christian Gonzalez.
Mine would be Miles Murphy or Tyrell Wilson if we're picking at 7 without a quarterback. Those would be my two because I don't think Christian Gonzalez is the 7th overall pick over them. If you're just doing best player available and both those two dudes are on the board, they're better than him. So I would go those two. But I love Christian Gonzalez. Don't get me wrong. We traded back. I'd pick him up in a heartbeat. If we're going quarterback, I mean,
well, Levis.
Yeah, I'd have to go Levis for sure, but I can't do the Richardson deal for me, man. I can't do.
What do you guys feel about? How would you feel with?
He wants to know each one. Who you want, Rudy? Who you picking at 7?
I would with the quarterback situation. I know logically CJ Stroud, but that looks like he's going to get taken. I wouldn't go quarterback. I'd go defense. Try to get either a corner or linebacker. Maybe if Killian Ringo is available, that'd be the guy I'd go. Or Joey.
No. Ringo.
It's his pick.
He had a horrible combine.
What's his pick? What picks are you looking at?
I might go with Joey Porter Jr. That could be you can build up linebackers in the second round too. They don't have to always go first round with linebacker.
I would
get a
not
linebacker that can come out to be a steal in the second or third. You never know.
There ain't a linebacker at 7 anyways. It'd probably be Drew. It'd probably be Drew anyways, and I'm not. What do you think, Eric? Who are you taking?
7.
Ooh, at 7, it all depends on.
Oh, Knicks. I'm just kidding.
Oh God, no, man,
He's
no.
not
So
even.
next
Yeah,
time,
he ain't even
I
here
just
this
like
year.
I
He's
just
not even
like his
hey,
available.
reaction every
hey,
time someone
hey,
says Bo
hey,
Nix.
hey,
He's
bro,
better
I'm just
than
gonna
most of
talk
these
this shit
quarterbacks
right
here
now.
this year. Period. Bo Nix
It's
should have
gonna
came
be
here.
quarterback. It's gonna be Jake Hayner from Fresno State. I'm just fucking around.
J- Jay Henner. That's
Uh,
not how you say.
I
No,
just
no,
like
who
but
his
were
nah.
who
reaction
were
every
your
Fresno
time,
picks
man.
State
though? Who were
quarterback.
your picks though, Eric?
For me, oh man, at 7. I like Troy Porter. I wouldn't mind that, and I know it's a pipe dream, but what if Jalen Carter's there? Like, what if, like, what if those,
Well,
what if those, Jalen
Will
Carter, like, what if
Anderson.
those, or Anderson? But I'm saying like Jalen Carter, those accusations. Let's just say they might scare teams. It might be a red flag for
He
certain
said
teams.
Cortez XXX.
Who's why is this fucking dude
uh,
putting caps? I don't get this shit.
who did you say your picks were? Or so you say if Jalen falls to 7, you bet your
I'm
If
fucking ass
snatching
we're
him.
if he's
taking
there, I'm
him.
saying
There's
like
no.
I'm
That
saying
would
if
be
he's there.
to me. That would be the
I
steal of the first round.
That would be a steal of the first
There's
round.
no way it wouldn't be this steal, dude. I mean, there's no way he makes it 7. I don't give a fuck how the draft falls out, dude. There's no way. There's not 5 quarterbacks going in the first 5 picks.
no,
Like the best I can see is 4. That's still 3 picks till us, dude. That's
I don't
2
even think 4
defensive
will go.
picks.
I think maybe
There's still
3.
2 defensive picks. Like they're off that board by the time they hit us by far.
Yeah, yeah. With let's say,
Hey Hugo, you can have the caps on. It don't matter, bro. It's a fucking writing. It's a message, man.
Yeah, it's easier to read anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I can care less about caps. I don't think you're trying to yell at us. I really don't.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I just think frickin' all right, so yeah, like I said, if either one of those 2 dudes fell out of there, I mean, listen, linebacker I would take is Will Anderson, but like I say, Will Anderson, I don't think he's gonna fall to there. So I don't know. Like I said, I just don't think there's another valued linebacker at the 7th pick for me, in my opinion. Cortez, did you give your 2?
would be Will Levis if he was there at quarterback. And what's the one from Texas Tech? The edge rusher?
That's Tyrell Wilson.
Yeah, Tyrone Wilson.
Tyree Wilson.
Maybe Wilson, just pair him with Mad Max. Hey, there's another one. There's a D tackle that I would take in the 2nd round from Pitt.
Mm-hmm. All you talking about?
Nah, he's gonna be a first round pick.
Well, with the way he fucking runs, he damn right he's gonna be a first round pick, a late first round for sure.
Hey, bro, don't be
Motherfucking
surprised
boy,
if
you
the
don't
Raiders
you
trade
don't
back
put a
in for a
Twinkie
late
out at the
round.
end of his 40-yard line. That motherfucker coming for it, bro. Like,
He reminds me from Pitt. He reminds me a lot of Aaron Donald. That's who they're comparing him to.
yeah, they're crazy. He ain't fucking. But all right,
Yeah,
sure.
Jalen Carr is more of Aaron Donald.
Damn right, that fucking dude from Pitt ain't fucking no Aaron Donald. Like, just because he's fast doesn't mean he's fucking Aaron Donald. Like Jalen Carter, double coverage machine, motherfucking like Aaron Donald. That's for sure. And don't get me wrong, Pitt DT ain't gonna be a bad player. He's gonna be a good player. But like I've always said, just because you got speed don't make you the greatest. There's dudes out there that like Devontae that runs 4.56 40s, dude, and he's older, so he's probably running a 4.6 40 and still dominating in the NFL. Like there are dudes that are fucking slower off the edge and D tackles that combine more tackles than fast edge rushers. So I don't think all that is what it all comes down to. Speed don't win everything, man. Fucking tangibles of different skills put together will for sure, but there's a lot of players out there that have speed that don't win. So I think he's a good piece. I'm not gonna say that I'm implying that to him. I'm just saying like I don't know how they're comparing him to Aaron Donald. I mean, but whatever. Whoever fucking wrote that deal, I don't know. Like I said, I would put Jalen Carter there in a heartbeat, dude. Aaron Donald comparison easily. He's a beast, dude. He's a fucking wreck your life fucking type player, dude. And like I said, you don't put 2 people on him, he's coming. You know, and he's a DT. Like, come on. All right, so you want to move into your topic, Cortez, or what? what is it? It
Yeah.
says my second topic is oh fuck, this is or no, actually we're on quarterback. So you want to talk about him or what?
I would take Richardson if he's available in the third round.
We've already talked about quarterbacks, so
Yeah.
whatever. Fucking yeah, we've talked about him, and let's do your cornerback. Let's do that one. Let's do this one.
Cam Denzler. We were in a waiver last year with him. I think before he went to Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. What I read, we were 7th on that waiver to try and get him to be our cornerback. He's young. He's 24 years old. He might have not been the star over in Minnesota, but I would still get him for depth purposes to help us with depth. Like, I don't want Amik Robertson out there playing corner. We've seen what happened with that.
Yeah, Mick is better as a safety than a corner.
This guy is 6'2". Think like
I like tall corners.
Tall corner, like I would take him to help.
I have to agree with you there.
I would take him over Sam Webb.
Yeah,
he would
Sam
be
Webb
like our
is
fourth option behind.
Sam Webb's a special teams guy mostly. He's not a
like just for depth. I would get him.
Yeah.
And like if he just shows out and training camp or something, then I would just try him out. Because he's a young player. Like you don't get that much. Like for 24-year-olds to be already. I just want your guys' opinion too.
Yeah.
What do you think, Eric?
Hey, if we're able to get him and if the price is right, hey, let's all for it because like I mentioned, Monday is the legal tampering period.
Hey, that's when shit's gonna happen, Eric. So from now till Sunday, we're gonna see what's gonna happen with these teams, what they're trying to cut, do what they need to do.
Exactly. So hey, I'm gonna have my Twitter notifications on from Ian Rappaport, Adam Schrafer, all them dudes, because I already know it's gonna be some crazy things going on, and I really can't wait to see who goes where, who gets cut, who gets traded. Cause it's always something crazy on Mondays for the temperature. It's always something that is like mind-boggling. Like what was it? J.C. Jackson signed with the Chargers during the first day, and as Raider fans, we were mad. But then we seen him play against us. We see why. Yeah. We see why we can go after
bro,
him.
like right now, I was reading like maybe an hour ago. Tillery may have like several teams after him right now.
I already said they're letting him walk in free agency.
Yeah, bro, they're letting Denzel.
Because they're not going to be able to sign him for $2 million.
Fuck.
Which they're going to want. Somebody's seen the way he produced on the Raiders line.
I would think, and like my first option at D tackle would be Hargraves. Tomlinson would be my second.
Let's stay on this topic. Let's stay on the cornerback topic. With this, so Eric, you done talking on that?
Yeah.
Rudy?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea for a taller corner. I do like tall corners that are over 6 feet tall. I don't like short corners. He would be a good fit as a lanky corner. But can he fit the system? Can he play man and zone defense? Because Patrick Graham's system is a mixture.
Did he freeze?
Are you here in
Hey, but going not to get off.
Hey, Sergio, what do you say?
I don't know. I guess you can try him out. I don't know if he'll even be a backup because I mean, listen, if Flores is defensive coordinator, I'm pretty sure there's a reason why this player is one of the first ones cut. And especially he's been ever since he got into the league, his snap count on defense got lower.
He got into
and lower
trouble though too,
lower.
I think.
And like I was saying with Cortez when we were talking about this off air, is he's 24 years old. Patrick Peterson's there right now, dude, and he's getting older. And you don't think if that fool was any good that he wouldn't be staying there to take over Peterson in the next year or so? So for me, for me, I like I said, I wouldn't mind bringing him in and trying him out in camp, but I don't think he's a target that I would pursue because I think just like you said, I said the same thing. There's a reason that they cut him right off the get-go. Players that are good to that stature don't get cut, dude, like in that young. And especially having Patrick Peterson there, that can be done in the next few years. Like, you don't do that. But I'm not saying that he can't be a good person to pick up and try. I won't be against it. I've said I think there's more viable options out there. I'm not going to say this kid can't show up and be good. I've always said going new places, being with different people might fit him better. They're a 4-3 system. We're a 3-4-4-3. So, like I say, a new setting, new people could obviously change the way people are. I would just say, for me, I would only take him as a depth piece and try him in camp. That's all I would do. I'm not locking him to a solidified spot on the roster in any means.
Well, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm pretty sure I said this back on Monday, I believe. Chase Garbers. That's all I'm saying. Because at number 7 pick, we won't be able to get any like CJ Stroud level quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Because right now, a lot of teams need a quarterback, and I said again, we have Stidham, who knows the system, and
he's not on the team. He's a
no. We re-signed Stidham, let him fight it out, see who takes the spot. Because right now, we can't. I don't think we're going to be signing Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I think Rodgers is a Jet for sure.
Oh yeah,
officially the Jet.
Yeah, the Jets
and
It's one of three things. He's a Jet at Green Bay or retired. That's how that can go.
Yeah, he's going to do a Brett Favre. That's what happened to Brett Favre. He ended up going to the Jets.
Yeah.
For only 1 year, and then he went to
Yeah, but the difference is the Jets are stacked this time around, not on Favre's time.
Yeah. But I think, that I think Aaron Rodgers might have a year or two left in him, maybe just a year.
He's only 37, bro. Like, that fool got...
I know, but his body, some people break down quicker.
That fool just got mental fucking problems. Once he figures out his mental fucking problems, he probably got another 5 years. And then the problem is
Dustin, he ain't ever
He's batshit crazy. Fuck, dude, I was watching plays on him recently. Hey, dude, I watched plays where that fool's on the line trying to get his motherfucking dudes down there to go snap the ball. Motherfucker don't snap the ball. And you can hear him in the whole stadium, dude. People are like, oh, what? He's all, snap the fucking ball. They were like, oh, motherfucker, dude. Like, you can hear dudes in the stadium be like, whoa. Like,
did you hear it yourself when you went to a Green Bay game? Or
oh, he was just straight, snap the fucking ball. Fucking, they were just like, whoa. And then, hey, Romo's off. Yeah, he was down there just asking them to snap the ball nicely. He just needs them to kind of hurry it up. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I bet. Like, he straight said that shit hardcore instantly, dude. Like, Rodgers is next level breed, motherfucker, dude. Like, you probably don't want to get on that fool's bad side. So,
hey, give me 3 to 5 years, I'll be the next Raiders linebacker.
hey, if Rodgers came here and he can give you 3 years of solid football, he would still be the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Just don't give me 3 years of I might retire.
There's
let
no
me go into this cave for a week to figure it out.
Hey, there's no debating Aaron Rodgers' skill in the NFL. Like, there's not a debate about it. The guy plays at a very high level. He's done it for a very long time, and he's done it with very remote receivers to begin with. So I think at the end of the day, Rodgers most definitely has it. And I don't think Rodgers is done in any means. I mean, he's 37. He's still in good shape, dude. I just think it's a mental thing for him, dude.
Even one of the reasons Devontae left is because he didn't know if Rodgers wants to retire or not. He's just like, I'm just gonna go.
Hey, Devontae has the power. Just ask, bro. Just call him up, man. Just like, hey, yo, I know stuff is shitty at Green Bay.
Yeah, but it's the money.
Come to Vegas. We got no tax here. You can get all the girls here. You're gonna enjoy it here,
He
man.
doesn't. He
I'm
doesn't
telling
like
you.
women. Like, have you
Yeah,
seen
but
the
he's
people
scared
he's
of
dating?
girls, dude. He's scared of girls. He gets these
You
ones
not
that
seen
are
scared
weird.
of girls.
You not
Like,
seen the
Oh.
women that he was with?
Hey,
And
he was with Danica Patrick, dude. Like, come on, she's probably more
What?
man than him.
How you know that info?
More man than him. But long story short, what's he with? That fucking dude's daughter that owns in the NBA. Fucking that owner. He's dating that girl. She's young as fuck too, bro. She's
man.
like 25, 23
Are you
years
talking
old.
about
Leonardo
He's a
DiCaprio.
robber, then.
Olivia Nunn?
Who is it?
He's a grail robber.
Then you can talk about Olivia Nunn, something like that. Is that her name?
I don't know. I don't know her name, to be
The main
honest.
point
with
is-
you. I know he's dating NBA owner's daughter.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is Devontae has like the whole freaking power here. He can tip the scales. That's all he needs
So
to
look,
do is make that phone call.
Marilee Edens.
I think people think like Chase Garbers is a far-fetched option, but I've already made a post about this in my Instagram a while back. I think Chase Garbers can every bit be a viable option because one, he came from Cal. He was a really good quarterback. It's not like this school sucks, dude.
Yep,
And I know
and,
that he's got as a UDFA. But the thing about Chase Garbers is, dude, he has great pocket presence. He's got a really good arm, and he knows when to pull down and have that mobility. I think Chase is not a Stenham as in like the running type, but I do believe that Chase Garbers is that mobility like the Patrick Mahomes type, where he's not so fast, but he knows how to use that speed to get out there and throw downfield. For me, I think Chase Garbers can most definitely be an option. And look, people can sit and say whatever the hell they want about quarterbacks. If you build the defense, they've already showed you Purdy can go win games no matter what. So why the fuck can our guys do it, dude? Like, and Chase has all the tangibles to get it done for sure.
Here, let me show some stuff about Chase Garbers so we can the people watching can see like they're not.
Oh, I can't show.
They won't think that we're just pulling it out of our butt.
Well, I guess you could probably show it if you mute it, but I don't know. I don't think they'll let us show it on there.
Here, I already asked permission to share my screen.
No, I'm saying like we can't show the highlights on here. It'll block our video.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't.
Well, I can't show highlights of him here.
Yeah, the copyright.
That's what I think is crazy. Well, I imagine if you needed the video, you probably can do. I mean, come on, we got ours for the intro and it don't, but for whatever reason, when you show it in here, it'll show like our. So look, the rules for the YouTube right now is we can show it. They're not going to pull the video down. What they do is they block the video. Yeah, they block us while we're live, and then the minute that he takes the video back down, then it'll bring back up our channel. So it'll act like we're not on while he's showing the video.
Yeah.
Which maybe we'll do it here in a little bit towards the end. Fuck it. I don't have an issue with it towards the end. We'll be done anyways. And I want to actually see some shit on Chase. So keep that up. We'll get his highlights. We'll show him. Because I think Chase got a good arm, dude. He's got a great arm, man. He's
especially you remember that the Patriots game, right? The
I almost thought he should have been a backup.
Where he launched one to Tyron Johnson.
I just want fucking Caleb, bro. So I don't give a fuck who the goddamn quarterback is, to be honest with you. I just want Caleb fucking Williams.
Yeah, let's be honest. Texans are going to be the one getting him.
What? No.
All right. Any other topics you guys got? Frickin' Rudy, you want to talk about Rudy?
Yeah, I could. My topic.
Wait, do we already talk about Perryman?
All right, here's frickin' Rudy's topic. Frickin' Patrick Graham's defense play calling.
Come on. We know this is a hit job on card. Graham knows how to play good defense, but he probably was ordered by Davis or McDonald's to call bad defensive players to act good and then play bad.
Well,
he's a genius, but
just let Rudy
very questionable stuff. Like,
yeah, I'm supposed to like say the pros and cons. With Patrick Graham's system, like I said, it's like it comes from the same cloth as the Patriots because he played for the Patriots and it's a part of the cloth. Doesn't mean it's exactly Patriots ball game. You know, it's like I'm going to go with the pros a little bit with it. In the preseason, it looked like a very good defense. You know, They played good coverage, linebacker coverage, defense, and everything. Looked real good and everything. The blitzing and all that, I did like from Patrick Graham. That I'm going with the pros and everything. You know,
I don't.
the blitzing and the pass rushing did improve. Now here are the cons though with Patrick Graham.
Okay.
The cons is the run stop, although it did improve a little later, but he also made bad play calling, and it got to be a lot worse in the second half with Patrick Graham's defense. And I've been saying it like this: Patrick Graham's defense is more like a Kmart version of Bill Belichick's defense. That's the only thing I don't like is his play calling. He's got a good system, but he's not utilizing it right. That's what I don't like about Patrick Graham. That's my cons. But it's a good system because it's originally Bill Belichick's system, but he's calling it wrong in my opinion. And if we play that kind of defense this year, and we're in a rebuild mode, we're going to be going for another tanking. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong, but but there's, like I said, there's pros and cons. It's got a nice look to it. I mean, the defense has a nice look, but it's just not being utilized right.
James Bradbury. That's all I'm
but it doesn't matter what players you put. That's going to be with both Josh McDaniels and Patrick Graham. They have to figure something out, find their players, because Harmon, I think he's the best player that's a Patriot that's on the Raiders team. He's the one that stands out the most. You got Mad Max, but he's not a Patriot. He's just the guy that's been with the Raiders for a long time. But Harmon, he's the one guy who really stood up. He caused some turnovers, got some nice hits and everything. I think Harmon was only the best player I could see that played great under Patrick Graham's system. Everyone else, they just didn't know what the heck they were doing.
Hey, Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could jump in real quick. Salute, guys.
Go ahead.
Sorry for being a little late.
No problem.
Yeah, so I think with, when it comes to analyzing Patrick Graham, if you take a step back and you see the moves that have been made in the offseason, Ziegler and McDaniels are actually telling us what they think. And this is what they think. We don't think that Patrick Graham is a bad coach. What we think is he didn't have the ingredients to put together a good defense. We're going to try to get him the ingredients to put together a defense that suits his style of play. And we'll see next year whether or not that defense, improves. So by keeping Patrick Graham, Ziegler and McDaniels are basically telling us Patrick Graham wasn't the problem. The players were, or the lack thereof. So we'll see what happens, dude. I think,
or they need an scapegoat for next year too.
Exactly. Or they need a scapegoat for next year. I personally think, I'm on record, Dustin knows this, I think we should have gotten Vic. I think we should have made a push for Vic.
Yeah.
The guy was a head coach in our division. He knows our division through and through. He's a defensive wizard. But McDaniels decided, Ziegler, McDaniels, whoever, or both of them, decided to keep Patrick Graham. And them deciding to keep Patrick Graham is telling us we don't think that Graham is the problem. We think it was the players. I disagree.
Yeah, and especially they had a disciple. They had a disciple in Brian Flores, dude, that has a better win percentage with him over Graham.
Yeah. I said during that Steelers game, I said Ziegler should have walked over to the Steelers freaking field and went to Brian Flores and be like, "Hey, man, how would you like to be our coordinator?" Because there's a reason why the Vikings hired him to be the freaking coordinator. The dude's a good freaking defensive mind coach.
And he's good management. That's the thing you also made, like what you just said, Al's Ghost. It's the management. He didn't get the right players. That's a management problem with both Patrick Graham and even Josh McDaniels. Because if you don't get the right players, that blame goes along your coaches, not the players necessarily. But that doesn't mean that the coach is bad necessarily. It just meant they made a bad choice. That's all.
I'm sure you guys have heard the phrase about history repeating itself. It's like an old saying. And I feel like with Patrick Graham, history is repeating itself with us in the following sense. You guys remember when Jack Del Rio kept Ken Norton Jr. forever? Yeah. Ken Norton Jr. was a shit fucking defensive coordinator, dude. And then he got rid of Bill Musgrave, you know,
that was dumb.
promoted that other dude, and just made a bad decision, dude. And I feel like this
promoted dipshit Todd Downey. That's a fucking dink ass motherfucker, and he got rid of fucking. That was the
you want to talk
stupidest
about
ass
history
mistake ever.
repeating itself?
Yeah.
Gruden keeping Paul Gunther. We had we had probably a top 5 offense, but we had the worst defense in the league because Gruden didn't want to fire his best friend.
Well, yeah, it's an emotional thing. Yeah, it's really hard.
I'm like, bro, your friend is making the worst recorded as one of the worst defenses in the history.
And look, that's actually Patrick. Oh, go.
Yeah, sometimes when I think everybody knows that, head coach will sometimes go with his emotions. He wants guys that he feels that fits them, even if they fail, he still will want to keep them, you know. And it's more of an emotional thing than a logical thing. And that's what happened with Gruden. But will this also, like you said, repeat with Josh McDaniels? Will he do the same thing Gruden did, though? That is a good question.
So my issue with this staff, I'll say staff just generally, Ziegler, McDaniels, and the rest of the folks, I feel like all of these guys are too tight to make those kinds of firings. Like, I feel like they're just way too close. And I got to be honest, dude. Like, I've worked with friends before. It's hard to fire your friend, dude. Like, no matter how shitty it is.
I'll fire my friend right here, right now. If that motherfucker ain't doing his job, dude, and I'm paying him, I'll fire that son of a bitch right this second, bro. No hard feelings or not. Like, I've done it. I've done it a hell of times, bro. I've done it a hell of times.
So, Dustin, I believe you, dude. I believe that you would fire your friend. But just generally speaking, human nature, we don't want to fire our friends. Like,
hey, business is business, bro. And let's put it like this. Let's say if my friend was costing me millions, listen, I'm firing my friend at $15 an hour, bro. You think I ain't gonna shit can that motherfucker for millions? Like, oh hell yeah.
Dustin,
You're
what
like,
if he tells you,
I fire you, but I'll get you a beer.
So Dustin, what if the friend tells you, dude, I've been fucking kicking it with you since grade school, since middle school.
I'd be like, bro, you should have stepped your shit up then. I'd be like, I still got a job. Do you? Like, that's what I tell him.
Wait up. Let me finish up the hypothetical. So, hey, we've been kicking it since grade school, middle school, high school, whatever. We've been boys. I'm a good worker. I just don't have the tools to do a good job. I just need the tools. And that's what Patrick Graham is saying. I don't have the players to do a good job. So you just keep that fucker on board for the next year. And then a year turns into 2, and then it turns into 3.
Yeah, but so look, in this case, in Graham's case, and I've thought about this, and I've looked at tape, and I've rewatched a lot of shit about it, and I would give Graham the second chance. But I'm not going to sit here where people have said, like, in instance, Josh literally said this just a few seconds ago, which is, it's not a fact. It's fucking disfactual, to be honest. But Graham is not a fucking guru defensive coordinator. He has very little fucking experience as a DC to begin with. And then the experience he does have, he had a good transition coming out of where the Patriots as the linebacker coach. He wasn't even a defensive coordinator. And then he went to the Giants. They had a really good first year because the team was already in place. And then from then on, they only digressed the whole entire time to where they were only getting worse. So, and then, like I said earlier, to mock Bradbury to us, why? He didn't even have good success under him in the Giants. So, and they had good players there, So for me, the reason why I'm saying I would give Graham the second chance this year, because I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, look at it like this. If you pull up the season record or the schedule, right? We lost like 12 or 13 games by 7 points. And then let's even dive into it deeper. At those 7 points, right? For 7 points out of those 12 or 13 games, give or take, win or loss, is you're sitting there saying that how many of those games were with UDFAs in there and Amik Robinson as the starting number 2 or number 1 cornerback? Like, when you're looking at it like that and you're still staying competitive there, no matter how we're looking at the way the roster was assembled, I'm not going to say that Patrick. Listen, you heard me talking about it on the show in the beginning of the year where I said Patrick was keeping them scoreless for 2 full quarters, multiple games, dude. Like Pat kept them scoreless, dude, for fucking say the second and third quarter, first and fourth quarter, first and second quarter. You know, like he kept them scoreless for 2 full quarters for multiple fucking games this year. That's a huge deal. We haven't done that for a long time. So when you're looking at that, he just gave up a lot of fucking points in the other 2 quarters, you know. So. But when you're looking at it though, he's giving them up because you don't have starters in there, dude. I mean, our whole entire defense was depleted to no level, dude. I mean, for people to sit and even talk about that we were a playoff team or we were competitive, that's just fucking crazy. We had more UDFAs in there and fucking dudes that shouldn't even been playing as starters than we had starters by far. So if I'm a judge fairly, because that's something I always say, I believe when you're judging someone, judge them fairly, take all biasness out, dude. To be fair with Patrick Graham, I feel if Patrick Graham had a good linebacker, good corner, had his pieces that he needed, I think we could have been a really good defensive team. So am I going to say that Graham is a good defensive coordinator? I haven't yet to see it, but when you watch the Senior Bowl, when he was the head coach there, he managed that team really well, dude, and it was clear as day that their team was way more dominant than the other team. So I think Patrick Graham has the tangibles for sure, and that kind of just shows, like in the senior game, when you're looking at Graham, it does show that if he had the pieces, he can be fucking successful because – I've always said, like, people will say, why didn't Graham get hired as a head coach? And because he hasn't shown that he can put those pieces together yet. But I do believe, like, watching the Senior Bowl game, and I think it was that game, right? It was the Senior Bowl. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Because, but long story short, I believe he can have the tangibles. But I will tell you this right now, though, if we get into next year and he does have his pieces together and we start out the season fucking losing defensive games, like, oh, I'll fire that motherfucker by midseason, dude. Not a doubt in my mind. And I'll go to Rob Ryan and tell him he's the new fucking defensive coordinator, dude. Like, that's exactly what I'd fucking do in a heartbeat. So I think Graham's on a short leash come into next year. I think he got like 6 games.
Yeah, personally, I do think this is Graham's season where it's like, can you finally make this franchise's defense like a decent defense, especially since you coached, not just scouted, you were a head coach of Senior Bowl participants.
You've seen them physically before anybody else.
Yeah. So you're the guy that is going to tell Ziegler too, like, what defensive player do you have in mind in the draft? And also, what free agent do you want? Or what free agent do you suggest? So, and if those players don't work out, that's a clear sign where it's like, Graham, you don't know what you're doing.
Because he picked them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy though. Like Patrick Graham, he's got questions all around him. And the question is, it's the rhythm of Josh McDaniels. If he fits his rhythm, he's not going to get rid of him. If he's off rhythm, then yeah, he'll get rid of him. But right now, with that defense looking the way it was, there were some good players, but then got injuries. And then all of a sudden, we were looking like more dog traps than we really were. Then we added some late weapons, and then we're looking a little bit better. And our run stop defense did improve a little bit, and the pass rush improved a little bit more. But, this is a very tough division that we're in, the AFC West. And I don't think you could win with just defense. If you could have a dominant defense and still be dead last in the division. Because, offensive weapon teams like the Chiefs and the Chargers, I mean, you can be third in the division and maybe be a wild card team. It's a possibility, but I don't know.
And you got to think about that statement right there.
We have question marks in the quarterback. That's what makes me extremely nervous.
The Broncos had a top 5 defense for a while.
He had top 3, bro, and they still weren't winning in the division.
Hey, they couldn't even escape the fourth place spot. They couldn't escape that spot.
Well, they did all right with Bridgewater till fucking that shit fell apart over there. But fucking still, once it did fall apart, there was no more success there. So, like I said, I think
Bridgewater's a bad quarterback.
I think that team was good to go for a minute. They just fell apart, is all. They just fell apart.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, if we have, and we're not them, dude. We got fucking Devontae Adams on our fucking offense, so he's already miles ahead of them motherfuckers for sure. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think frickin' even like I said, we got multiple pieces offensively.
Yeah.
Waller, Adams, then we'll probably pick up one or two people. Then getting a Renfro, then probably looking at another tight end because I can't see us signing Foster for no $9 million. And then and you can already see they're already letting dudes walk off out of there. They're looking at Tillery and saying like, bro, if we can get you at like 2.5, you're here. If you're looking for any more, we're just not going to do it, dude. Like they're not going to be paying these dudes that. And don't get me wrong, Tillery could be a good player, but he still hasn't proven to be that player. And if another team wants to give him that money and him try to prove it, great. But we're not going to do it. And that should be a good sign from our team, as in Ziegler and them, is because Ziegler was the one that went out and got him, for one. He brought him here. He's seen the level of play, and he was still allowing him to go somewhere else than him just jumping out and saying like, hey, you were my guy. You played well. Let me give you $5 million. You know what I mean? Like he's not overvaluing the player, and I like that a lot. So, and that's good GM because that's what they should do. And Perryman, I said the same thing about Perryman. Perryman is not that great of a fucking linebacker. He's a good one for us, for sure. And did he have a good year? Yeah, but tackling, fuck, I said the same thing about Tyree. Tyree did the same thing for us, man. Same thing, multiple years in a row. Just Perryman's contract was probably cheaper. So at the same time, I feel like if you're trying to reset the timer, the block, everything, dude, like you got to go with youth. You got to go with people that matter, that faster, that see shit differently. You just can't keep doing the same shit over and 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 expecting different results. Like, I get it that people didn't want to see the way that they're breaking it down, but it was probably time that it did. And it's probably time that somebody changes not just the players, but the organization. I get it in the way that people are viewing us right here, right this second. They don't like it, but sometimes people don't like change either. Like change isn't likable, dude, but sometimes it's needed, you know? So, and it doesn't matter how much we viewed something in the past. It hasn't worked, dude. Like, we're at the point of conversation where we're content with a 7-win season, and we call that winning. Like that's what we do. We get into conversations where we're debating conversation and we're debating on individual players or how they're playing against the team, and we've settled on 7 wins. Like that. Listen, it doesn't matter who the player is or how the team or what players are on that team. 7 wins is not winning. That's not winning. And when people sit there and talk about out of 20 years, 3 years of winning, that's bad. That's really bad. That's a really bad look at our whole fucking franchise, our team, the way that we view ourselves, dude. Like, that's not good. That's not good. Like, you have to set your standards higher for sure. If we're in a conversation talking with other fans and we're talking about Devontae and a motherfucker brings up Holland as a good option too, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy as fuck, dude. Like, there are so many other receivers in the fucking free agency that would smoke his ass as a true 2. So I don't even know how the fuck that's even a viable conversation to have. And that just shows you settle for mediocrity. That's what you're settling for now.
So completely, facts what you're stating, Dustin. And we've, as an organization, our standards are so low where 7 wins is considered a success. And to your point, people saying that Matt Collins is a solid number 2. Your organization has a problem when people are saying that Amik Robertson's a fucking baller, dude. Like, that's a problem if you think that Amik Robertson is a good NFL cornerback. Is he gritty? Does he have heart? Does he play with fire? Yes. But a 5'8" corner is not a starting corner in the NFL. And our fan base takes a step back because the guy got a pick or two and says fucking Amik Robertson's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Why? Because our standards are so low, dude. As an
Yeah, because two picks for them. They ain't seen that in fucking 4 years. So they're like, "Oh fuck,
that wasn't even a pick. It was a fumble.
Eclipse. This is like a fucking a lunar eclipse right here. Like, fuck, look at that."
Yeah, Harmon knocked the ball out, and Amik, got it. It was considered like a fumble or something, but it was still a turnover regardless. But yeah, that was caused by Harmon, though. Harmon caused that.
My point to
the
conversation
is a lot of the players that were making plays were guys that Ziegler brought in. And then people are getting mad, like, why are you cutting Abram? Why are you going to get rid of Farrell? Why are you getting rid of Casey Hayward? Like, why are you getting rid of Perryman? Like, obviously the guys Ziegler brought in had put up a lot better production than the guys we have now. Well, so I don't know why we're
Hayward was his own corner, though. He didn't fit as a man-to-man corner.
He fell off anyways at the end of the year. His production started falling off, dude. Like, he wasn't as good as he was in the beginning of the season. His production started giving up in the end massively.
Because people were complaining about why did you get rid of Casey Hayward? Why are you replacing him with Rocky Sin? And then Rocky Sin turns out to like be a baller in man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, he looked a lot good. It just the problem with Rocky Sin was he got injured. That was the problem. If he was healthier,
but that's gonna happen.
Like
the moment Rocky Sin got injured, I was like, "Yep, now our secondary's done."
Yeah,
because now they're able to go.
You got to prepare for that though as a defense. The Ravens did that before. They had a lot of injuries on their secondary, and yet they still played good defense with a mostly backup secondary.
Peace out.
All right, dude. Have a good night.
Oh no, I'll be here. Hey, did you get my message, Ghost?
Yeah, I saw it, dude. It got me worried. I didn't know what was up. Everything okay?
No, it's just hard. It was my mom's brother. And we weren't on good terms, so yeah.
Ah, shit! I'm sorry about that, dude.
Yeah. At 56 years old, my mom died a year. It would have been a year and 2 months, but he died a day before the year and 2 months.
Shit sucks, man. I'm sorry, Doug.
Yeah, bro, it's all good.
You got us to support you, though, Doug.
Yeah.
Trip.
Yeah, I've said it to Aaron before.
Yeah. Dustin was like, I told Dustin the first, and then I talked to Rudy yesterday.
Yeah, I know what it's like because I had an uncle over a year ago who had passed away. He was my dad's older brother. Wasn't in good terms, but didn't. But like you said, you don't want anyone passing away. Even though that person may have not done a lot of good or anything, but still blood is blood no matter what, just the way it is. They could be a rat's ass, but they're still your blood, But yeah.
That is facts. I just think freaking, life's life, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're all going to live. We all going to die, dude. That's life. It happens. And I feel like, mourn them while you can. Don't mourn them too long. That's just bottom facts.
Yeah.
Like I say, death is here. It's truth, and it's going to happen to every single one of us right here on this panel, dude. It's going to happen to every single one of the people you know and every single one of the people you walk by and every single person you see. So it's just a matter when. Outside of that, like I say, it sucks.
I faced death twice as a child and as an adult as well, but it's not a good thing, and I don't wish what I went through on anybody though. It's pretty rough because there's some people who faced death and survived it, and it's one of the worst things that can happen to any human being, whether they're in a coma or close to dying from a surgery or something. But, it's something no one should ever go through in life.
Well, most people are only going to go through it once.
Yeah, that's true. Me, I was just as a baby and as an adult, I had a umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and I was dead for seconds. I was born purple blue, but I lived.
Hell yeah. So, like, when we get back to the Graham deal, is do you guys think Graham's going to do good this going forward or no?
I don't think so. In my opinion, I think there's so much to deal with, and he could say he still needs more by next year. It depends on how we draft and how we sign players. But if we hit on those marks of the players and he still does terrible, then yeah, he could be fired. But if they don't get the right players and they might just give him another chance. But
What do you think is, in your opinion, what would be him getting another chance?
Well, if he gets the right players and does real good, and those players are very compatible to his system, his play calling, that would give him another chance of being a redeemed defensive coordinator. But right now, I just don't think he's that credible. I know he's not a great, but like
so
I said,
with us having $38 million and 11 draft picks,
yeah,
you're honest to God saying that you can't see us fixing the defense.
You can fix the defense, but it's just that you can fix that defense, but still suck. If you don't utilize it right. I think we didn't have a great defense, but
Salute, James. Appreciate you, bro.
Salute, James. I think we could have utilized it better, and but even though it wasn't a unique defense, I think the defense was could have been like maybe a little below top 20, but I think it could have been that way. I think there were a few good players like Harmon, Max, and I do think there were some other players that should have been playing, should have been starters, but weren't. Like Malcolm Kuntz should have been a starter over Chandler Jones, in my opinion. More explosive.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, dude. I don't know about that because I don't think he play
or at least rotate him. They didn't rotate him at all.
I think
as a situational guy.
I don't think they like Kuntz at all.
I agree with you right there.
Did you just say that Kuntz gonna play the run? Is that what you just said?
No, I agree with.
I said he can't play the
Kuntz can play the run. You ever look at his win rate ratio on there?
But I think Josh McDowell's and Patrick Graham kind of don't like him for some reason that we don't know of.
Fuck, I do agree with that. The win ratio. Like I said, I don't think Kuntz is going. I don't think Malcolm Kuntz is going anywhere, and I think Kuntz is going to get used.
He's still a young player. They might not.
Kuntz had Kuntz on 26 fucking snaps had 2 fucking sacks and 6 pressures, dude. That's better than fucking dudes than ours. They averaged him at a fucking 18 sack deal if he would have been played the year before last.
Yeah.
And if he was to have that type of pressure throughout the season, he would have been the second leading sack player that year.
Yeah.
And Kuntz shows. Every time he shows up to games, he shows the fuck up, dude. The problem is again, I don't know why he ain't being rotated. And I think it has more to do with the money factors of people like paying Chandler $17 million and justifying your fucking dude. Again, I can see Kuntz playing this year. Like, there's no doubt. I mean, but again, Kuntz has a phenomenal run. I mean, listen, he's not the most elite run stopper, but Kuntz has a winning run stopper rate. So I don't know how he can be pegged as not a run stopper. And he has this phenomenal. He has a phenomenal pass rush rate, dude. Like,
so as a pass rusher for sure, Dustin. I think what the coaching staff really values on the ends, on the defensive ends, is length. And obviously, like Chandler, if you look at Chandler and Max, they're fucking super long guys, right? Like they really value that length.
Yeah, their arm span is longer than their body span.
Yeah, exactly. And Kuntz isn't a long guy. He's actually more in the mold of Yannick. He's more of like a Yannick type body type.
Yeah, he's a 225-pound linebacker.
Yeah, and I don't think that this coaching staff likes those kinds of DNs. Like they like long DNs. Yeah. And so, like, that's why I don't think they're going to really play him, dude.
Dude, I've been so high on Kuntz from day one. I've told everybody, on everybody's live 2 years ago, dude.
Remember the year before he sacked Patrick Mahomes twice in one game?
Yep, I said Kuntz 10+ sacks, bro. Put him on the fucking field. Let's roll, dude, because Kuntz is a fucking killer. I don't know what the issue with him, but man, this guy every time he shows up and gets a chance to play, he shows up big. So
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe he will play this year. I hope he does because they let him play a lot more towards the end of the season, and he did play pretty well. So I'm not.
What was he, a
I've always
fourth
said-
rounder or a fifth rounder?
I think it's
I
a
don't
fifth
know.
rounder.
6th round pick.
I think he was. I think he was a 4th rounder.
Let me check. I believe he's a 5th rounder.
He's out of Buffalo, right? He went to Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same school as Khalil Mack. Same school as Khalil Mack.
Yeah, Malcolm Coons is one of my favorite players.
He's a 3rd rounder. He was picked in the 3rd round.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite players, man. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this guy was about to take over with Max, dude. I truly believed it.
Made me so upset that we got rid of Gus Bradley because the Colts are still keeping Gus Bradley despite changing head coaches, and I'll tell you what, probably because they're like, hey, Gus did nothing wrong. He had a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
And that's what got me so mad they got rid of Gus, because if they let Gus develop his defense, it probably would have been a good defense.
I'm a firm believer in keeping it simple on defense, actually.
Come on, all of his players in Graham's system literally fell off the face of the earth.
Listen, Gus Bradley single high man safety is garbage, dude. His single high safety coverage is garbage. And that's what's ran in this motherfucker. Yeah. And that's why he got his ass beat up over there in the fucking Colts. That's why he had the biggest fucking comeback in NFL history. Like, Gus is not it, bro. That dude, I don't give a fuck with him. That guy, he didn't build the Legend of Boom. Dan fucking Quinn did over there, okay, dude? Like, just because he's on the fucking team don't mean that they're making it.
He made a good defense.
He didn't make ours. Our team got destroyed. Did you watch that Kansas City Chiefs game? I mean, you guys watched that Kansas City Chiefs game because he got murdered.
I didn't like about him.
The one after
I agree with you. The zone coverage was too soft.
Gave up.
The zone coverage was too soft on him. I agree with that. I think he did improve Mad Max Crosby.
Was the most.
He improved Mad Max because Mad Max was playing better than before. He was struggling for a while. I mean, his best year before was his rookie year. But then the other years he was mad at himself and everything. And then what happened with him and Bradley had him change a little bit of his technique, and he was doing better. You know, it was a little bit of Bradley's system that improved Mad Max Crosby, because Mad Max was a diamond that was getting polished a little bit more by Gus Bradley. I mean, you know, he looked better. I mean,
so I don't think Gus Bradley is like this defensive wizard or anything like that.
No,
I
he's not.
Respect the guy, and I do think that he could
I was just saying the guy was making a good defense.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I think he improved. I only think he improved him.
To that point, stats. I think,
dude, this is my point. We are settling. We're settling for garbage. Like, that's my point. Go look up his stats right now. Bring up the fucking stats right now.
So I'm not even going by stats.
Just to be clear,
hey, his defense is ranked. If you go look up that overall defense of Gus Bradley, Paul Gunther, and fucking what's his name, Patrick Graham right now, all three of their shit flying in the line. Motherfucking garbage.
I just only think
24, 26, 28, 30, 32.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. I have not looked at it yet, but I'll say it.
So real quick, guys, like just to put this argument out there. So I'm not saying bring back Gus Bradley or anything like that, but
I'm not either.
Think philosophically, again, I'm not saying run cover 1, cover 3 all day, but philosophically, the concept of running a simple defense is appealing. Why? Because defense is reactive. When you have motherfuckers on Patrick Graham's defense thinking, if you think a split second in the NFL too long, you're cooked. So I think there has to be a happy medium between running, a front and a defense that's diverse and multiple and
but I think that's just
without
the
going
team
over the
settling
top.
for that. Yeah, but that's a team settling for that. Bill Belichick has one of the fucking most diverse defenses, and it's complex as fuck, and he's top fucking 5 and 10 every year. The the fucking Baltimore, they have same deal. The Steelers have same fucking deal. I mean, there are teams that are going to run. What's a good fucking easy defense? Name one. Like, name one that's a competitive, easy defense. Like, I'd love to hear it because the Niners is fucking diverse. It's Vic Fangio's defense, dude. Like, so I don't know where this easy defense is going to be at because everybody that's competitive or has a real dominant defense is going to be diverse in that type of defense.
Dustin, or maybe the solution is the motherfucker who's teaching it doesn't know how to teach it. We all had teachers growing up who explained complicated concepts to us, and there were better teachers than others. And my concern is we have a guy in place in Patrick Graham who maybe sucks as a teacher. So maybe
but I would have to argue that concept right here, right now, because you're acting like he was telling that to his starters. He didn't tell that to his starters. He told that to UDFA players, dude, and they still only lost games by 7+ points. Like, so if I was going to say him teaching, he must have did a pretty fucking damn good job that he took over, 4 UDF players, a 5'8" player, and still kept this competitive. I'd say he did a pretty good job then. Because on the real side of it, we're acting like he was sitting here telling all our starters out here, and that was the outcome they had. That's not what happened. The real story is the defense was depleted. We had fucking over 18, 19 people that hit the IR over there for the whole entire season. We were playing UDFAs in the linebacker position. We were fucking cornerbacks, dude. Like, we were all over the fucking place, dude. And they still played productive football. So I don't know how we can sit and say that he's not a good coach or he's not a good trainer or teacher, because in that aspect, I would have to say, in that aspect, I'll disagree, because for one, you don't get the result that he gets out of those types of players if you're not a good coach. And that's why I said at the end of the day, you have people like fucking, what's his name? Tyler Hall, fucking, you have Tyler, you have numerous people that they brought in towards transfer to your phone in 3 minutes. Oh, my fucking truck's long story short, you have multiple players that came in that were UDFAs that are going to transpire. Masterson, fucking Butler, freaking Tyler. You have numerous dudes that are going to come over there. So,
Dustin, question for you, just to like make sure that I'm clear. So are you saying that Patrick Graham did a good job this last season?
I'm saying with the people that he had, you did a better job? Like, that's the thing nobody's taking into consideration. People are sitting here acting like Patrick Graham's over here fucking starting all of our starters. I mean, I'm not a delusional football fan. I'm a fucking realist football fan. I study the facts to the T. I mean, fuck, I probably do more than most people, period. And when I'm sitting here fucking judging people, I'm not sitting here having a conversation with you and talking about our team in a third party way. When I talk to anybody on this channel, any individual on the phone, any person in the Discord or not, I'm talking about how the team is right now. I'm not talking about what it was or what it was in the past. I don't ever talk like that, ever. If I bring up a conversation about our team this year and I talk about the defense, I'm talking about the defense with the fucking players that fucking started on it the whole entire fucking time. I'm not sitting here talking about a team that was built in the fucking preseason and never made it to the regular fucking season. So if I'm going to sit here and be honest, when you're sitting here looking at it, can I sit and say that they fucked up and gave up games? Yeah, no, fuck, nobody's going to argue that point. But to sit here and say that you have four UDF players over here that played at very high levels on our fucking team, dude, that he coached, how does he not get credit for that? Do you say Masterson's not a good player? Or is that what we're claiming? Are we saying Tyler Hall's not a good player? Are we saying that that fucking Butler's not a good player?
So Dustin, I think those are all like, good and valid points. I think my issue with Patrick Graham ultimately comes down to situational play calling and just head scratching decisions. Example, playing press man coverage at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that point, because I have talked about that.
Example, playing Cleveland Farrell as a DB in the first Kansas City game. Example, dropping Max Crosby into coverage on obvious passing situations. These are things that he should have done better. And I asked myself, and I've asked this rhetorical question on this panel multiple times, How is it that us as fans are able to identify these flaws and these fuckers who are getting paid millions to watch film and game plan can't? So I'm not gonna give Patrick Graham a pass, dude. He's fucked up in,
Yeah, but
in serious
then that
situational
goes
football.
when you say those type of things, it goes against what you say about them throwing games. Like all you're doing, that's the thing about it is when we talk about a subject, you have to stay true to the subject, because if you sit here and say on the offensive side that Patrick or that Josh McDaniels and people on our staff threw games, that includes the defense threw games. And I've argued that fact about being 25 or 15 seconds left in the game, fucking man pressing on the fucking 25 and opening the whole field. That's throwing games. Like, there's no other explanation to the deal. Do you think he calls that play if they're in contention of winning or being competitive? No, because, and I'll prove it, later on in the season, when they got to that end stretch where they were winning and they did have a competitive chance to win and go, like, make a playoff, they were playing good football. They were playing good football with shit-ass fucking players. So all the way till the moment that they lost that Steeler game, that's when shit went differently. And that fucking Niner game, dude, it was just a score fest. That's all that game panned out to be. You know, like, it was an offensive score fest. Nobody defense on theirs or ours was stopping shit. The Chiefs, I said it, dude. They were geared for the Super Bowl. They're in our division. They know what we're fucking doing, you know.
They could have beaten us by 50 points, but they were going soft on us because they didn't want to injure their players. And I made a prediction that we were going to only score 13 points, which was right. I thought they're going to beat us 45-13, but it was like 30-something to 13. I mean, it was pretty close, but the Chiefs, they went soft on us. They could have
I felt like they
beaten us ugly.
I felt like they could have just beat the shit out of us because,
like
I said, they're in the division. They know the player, dude. Like, they know how we
hurt.
play.
That's what it was. They didn't want nobody hurt. They'd love to screw us really badly, but at the same time, they do that, they could end up injuring their top players. So they said, "Fuck it."
So
we'll just beat them.
The thing, like when we go back to like the Graham deal, right?
Yeah.
I don't like firing people to fire people. I don't believe there should be scapegoats. I don't think there should be this shit because you're destroying your team in 1 year setting without giving a fair opportunity to any motherfucker out there.
Well, yeah.
The thing at the end of the day is, I've argued this all season. Josh knows what he's doing offensively. He knows his shit. He knows how he's done this team. He did it at a high rate with no players, like straight the fuck up. When you sit back and look at Graham, okay, the things you're going to knock Graham for are, you're going to say, well, he gave up 5 games with a 13 or a 13 plus point lead. No, nobody's going to argue that. But when you go back and look at those 5 games, look at who your outside corner is. Look at who your middle linebackers are. Look how depleted your D tackles are and your inside line is. Like, a lot of that shit matters because that's what gets you to those points. And when you sit back at the end of the year and you say, Deron Harmon played at a very high level, no matter how we feel about Amik Robinson or not, Amik Robinson still played a very good football. He played good football. I don't think he's a corner, for one, like to go out and play corner like that, but he still played very good football. You know, like, you go look at the core players of who they brought and Graham and why did Graham and them coach those players so well if they suck at coaching? Why did those guys that they brought in on their system and their coaching were the best players in the team all year long? I brought that up numerous times. I said Tyler Holcomb, and he's the best corner out there, period, outside of fucking Rocky Sin. Rocky Sin was brought in and brought under Graham and them. That's their player, their dudes. They've all produced. All the guys that they went and got produced at pretty high fucking levels, if not the best levels on our team, period. So to sit and say that Graham can't coach or Graham's not a good teacher, I would just have to disargue that deal. I just think Graham, one, was depleted defensively massively, and if a person doesn't agree with it, just pull up the roster transaction and injury report. It'll prove it. I'm just an individual talking about it. The factual stats are on the injury report on the Raiders website that you can pull it up and it'll show you the fucking facts, dude.
Well, like I was saying earlier before with the pros and cons, in the preseason, Patrick Graham's defense looked pretty good. It looked really good and everything. I do agree to what you're saying, though, that you do have to give them a second chance so they can add more weapons and manage better. If he can manage better, yeah, he could. I don't think he'll be a top tier defense, but I think it's possible he could be, maybe top 15 at best. But top 15, and if you make that offense decently, it's at least
he did coach a top 10 defense, I think, in his first year with the Giants.
Yeah, but the Giants were an easy division. This is a much difficult division, though.
Hey, Sergio, did you see the stat on him?
But
I did. I just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, but I gotta let you guys go. I did say something in the private chat. I enjoyed talking to you guys.
I was just hoping if I keep quiet long enough.
It was good to talk about the Patrick Graham thing. It was really educational and entertaining. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, like I said, man, you can tell. Look at it like this. If you got thrown into somebody else's shit, let's say that you spent all your life, right? Let's say you spent your life studying football, understanding your system, the way that you know how to coach it, the players you know how to look at, the things like this. So now let's look at it from your standpoint, because this is how you got to look at it from his. This ain't just all of us get along in the same shit. That's not why there's 32 teams, multiple different schemes, different systems, and so on. So you're sitting here looking at it, and from afar, let's just say, obviously, with the type of way you think, you are a spread offense type player. So when you're looking at an offense, our team looked intriguing to you because you have a spread offense type. You have the halfback, you have the tight end, you have the wide receiver, and so on. But for me, that's been studying football just as long as you and been going to the schools and learning the system. I didn't learn your system in the spread. I learned it in the 3 and 2, 3 receiver, 2 tight end system. Like, that's all that it is. And then let's say that I go get thrown into that deal, and I'm over here sitting here, and I'm like, dude, I have a very good record. I'm really good at what I do, but this isn't my system. And it doesn't matter how well I coach or how well I do with other teams or how I've done on paper. This don't fit me. And it doesn't matter how hard I try, no matter what I've done. This is what I've studied. That's what you've studied, dude. That'd be like me saying that you went and studied nuclear physics, and I'm going to go put you out in a fucking horse field. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you studied. That's not your system. That's not what you do. So all I'm saying is that until a guy can be in his system with what he needs, it's not fair to judge the team, because then we're discrediting our team. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're like,
2 years or 3 years.
So fast. Yeah, I think like 3 years that any coach should be given that time span, because look at like what's his name, Matt Rule for the Panthers, right? He had the time to come in, break it down, build it up, and then play his game. This dude's out. You had fucking Urban doing the same, bam, he's out. You got dudes that come in. You had guy with Kyler Murray and all them, played really high to crease right off. This is different. These guys are building their team from the mold. Look, they're about to let all kind of dudes start walking right here. You know how many people had Perryman pegged as a re-sign? You know how many people had Tillery pegged as a re-sign? Like, all these dudes. Did anybody see Brandon Parker getting re-signed and brought back? I did. I said swing tackle, good player. I've spoke on it. I've said I think he would be a good re-sign. They re-signed him, dude. Like, that, my point in the whole deal is with the Raiders right now is this ain't Raiders of the old. This is a whole different breed, a whole different it's a whole different DNA. That's what it's about to be. It's a whole different DNA, man.
We can say we don't like Patrick Graham or not, but any system, when you're starting out new, you do have to be patient. It is a garden. When you have a garden, you have to be patient. If you're not patient, you're already accepting failure. You're right about that. So you do have to give him another chance, even though he did look kind of shitty. And I'm just saying, looks can be deceiving. So maybe he will do better this year. Might be a small improvement, maybe a big improvement. We don't know. But
so here's another question here, real quick. In the beginning of the season, right, the Charger game looked a little skeptic because I don't think none of them gelled together yet. Like they didn't look too good, right? Like in the Charger game, I felt like they just didn't have enough playing time together, so they were kind of just discombobulated. But they still played good football for pretty much the game, right? Can we all agree that wasn't it the Cardinal game, the very next game?
Yeah.
Did we not think we were just gonna kick the living fuck out of them?
Yeah, it should
Like,
have
were
been.
we not sitting there? No, it should have been, right? But did you
Yeah.
not think, like, man, these motherfuckers about to beat the holy fuck out of this team?
Yeah.
Like, straight the fuck up. Like, that's exactly how that shit went down. You don't
Yeah.
think like that if your team ain't producing at a good level. Did we have like, they've shown like they can take games to a whole nother level. It's just saying, like I've said the whole time. What have I argued the whole year? I said the defense, man. You can't win a game if you don't have your team playing 60 fucking minutes. I said that all year long. If you're not playing 60 minutes offensively or 60 minutes defensively, you're not fucking winning nothing, dude. Like, we're not winning games. And I've said, look at the Kansas City Chiefs game, right? Kansas City Chiefs game. Did that not look like a really good fucking game to go into their house? Fuck,
it was the
in
best
their
game,
house, bro.
Despite the fact we lost by 1 point, but it was the closest game.
We went for 2 to win it. We didn't lose that game because we didn't have the points went out 29-30 because our points weren't there. We tried to win that motherfucker, dude. Like, that's what Josh tried to do in their house, bro.
Well, it was the players. They all wanted to beat the Chiefs.
Without some of our players. Like, without some of our fucking players.
Yeah. All right.
Like, he knows,
I do agree with you right there and everything about that. The question is, we'll have to see how Patrick Graham plays. If he does good, he does good. I'm hoping he does better. I'm not
I agree.
I'm not gonna say, I hope he fails. I'm not gonna do that.
Like I said,
coaches, I may not like what
are good. Oh, my bad.
I may not like what's going on, but I'm not gonna just discredit my team. I mean, I've been through this thing many times in the past. When my team sucked real bad, I always wanted a win, a touchdown. I'll be happy with a touchdown or something. Say yes every time, even though in the games got killed 55-35 or something. But they scored a touchdown at least or something. But we'll have to see. I don't know the draft. I strongly don't believe we'll get a quarterback. I'm thinking you're thinking the same way, Dustin. I think we'll get a quarterback probably second or third round, but you never know. But
I think it's going to be like a Malik. I think it's going to be a Hendon or a Jake or somebody like that, dude. If we don't hop up in there and try, if
there's a better player of value though that's higher than them, they could go defensive. If there's not, if the defensive players are all taken and all that, and there's one of those quarterbacks, I could see that happening.
No, they ain't taking him 7th overall. They're taking those quarterbacks in rounds 3 through 5.
Well, I do think there are 3 quarterbacks that will definitely be in the first round. It's just where do they spread at? Because we don't believe
there's going to be 4 for sure. There's going to be 4 for sure. Stroud, you're going to have 4 for sure. Stroud, you're going to have Stroud,
there's a 4th one, you'll be late.
And it's going to be Richardson for sure. Yeah. Richardson's going to go in that first round pick just because all the bullshit people are talking about.
I said Combine, Levis, and Richardson. They're
we'll
going
have
to
to see.
First
Sometimes
round
it changes completely.
But those two are second round pick QBs to me.
You never know. It could be. We could be wrong. It could be 5 quarterbacks and we're all wrong or something. But
that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be more than people
never
think.
Know.
Hold on, Sergio. What did you just say?
I said weeks and months before that combine was happening. I said right when that combine's going to happen, everyone's going to have Levis and Richardson as a first round pick. I even say today, Richardson's a second round pick at best, and people want to disagree with me about it. And I'm like, the dude sucks at
passing. I think he's second for sure. I mean, I've said it the whole time. I'm not going to get off it. I'll tell a motherfucker until he's blue in the face. That dude is raw. He's not
better want to argue with me where it's like, oh, but you can develop him. I'm like, it's probably going to take 2 years.
Develop doesn't mean guarantee. Show me on the word. Show me where when you spell out develop, it has guarantee in it. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to see it because
I'd be more confident developing Levis, more confident developing Stroud and Young, but I'm not confident in developing a guy that completes half of his passing.
So look, there's 3 quarterbacks in this draft that can start out right off the get-go, and it's going to be Levis, Bryce, and Stroud. Everybody else is a project, dude. Everybody else is a fucking Matt Corral and a Sam Howell and fucking dudes like that, and a Malik Willis. That's what those other dudes are going to be. That's exactly what they're going to be, 100%.
All right, I gotta let you guys go. It was Nice talking to you guys. All right. Salute to everybody, and I'll see you guys later. Later, guys.
Heck yeah, have a great night, man.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, Sergio, just to bring it up, where was Gus at? I mean, I just want to validate this so our viewers can validate it the same way.
I really tried to keep quiet.
I know, and you shouldn't have brought that one up because I told you that fool is just
what
as
all
bad
happened?
as that fool is just as bad as Paul Gunther down the line. And his single high man safety
so what
was
the
so
heck
trash,
happened since
bro.
I dipped for a minute?
Oh no, he said he was going to be.
You can rewind the video and watch it.
All right, so 2020, Paul Gunther's defense was 25th in yards, 30th in points.
I'm trying to do something.
Gus Bradley's defense in 2021,
You there, Uncle?
14th in yards, but 26 in points.
Okay.
Patrick Graham's defense, 28th in yards, but 26 in points.
Hey, I told you. It's like
I'm never gonna beat you in a debate when it comes to that.
You're gonna beat me one day. You will.
Bro.
I just stay on top of our shit.
Bro,
man,
you beat me in my own game, and that's stat.
Hey, dude, I'll just tell you though, dude. I always say when we're talking football, I always say my view of sports is broad. I do this in basketball. I'm gonna do it in listen, I can't do it in baseball. I can do baseball to an extent, but basketball and football, I'm really keen in, and I'm always on top of our stats, especially for our team, because how do we give out the intel to our team if we don't know those stats? You know, like when a guy, listen, I get how you feel about him, right? Like I totally understand it. The production. So look, when you're looking at Paul, you look at Gus and you look at Graham, right? There's all kinds of fans that are going to say when they viewed him, they're going to say, man, he looks good. Or man, his defense is looking better. Or look at his is improving and his looks even better now, right? What do I say? What did I talk about for a lot of this season? You just look good at sucking, bro. That's all you're doing. You just look good at sucking because it's the same fucking stat all the way across. There's no difference. So if your stat looks the same and there's individual people out here that are saying that his looks better or his looks better or his, it's all the same shit, bro. It's just how you're looking at it. Same fucking result. It's the same outcome. It's the exact same shit. So it ain't no better. So in this case, the only difference would be is like, you're right. If Gus would have had another year, could he have been better? Yes, there's always that opportunity. But the problem is when you're playing in our division and you suck in single high safety or too high safety, you gotta go, bro. Like you gotta go. Like you can't just get beat
I'll be right
like
there
and be in that formation. That's a formation we need to be in. So Gus, I don't think year 2 would have did it because the Colts is a good example. Colts have a great team over there. They got good structure inside their defense, and they got flopped on. Him being the fucking DC. So listen, I always say I'm not a guy that's like friend guy. Like that's why I said I can fire my friends because I think at the end of the day we can't settle for mediocrity in anything. Like we need to be able to sit here and be able to evaluate things fairly. That's why I said when you brought it up, it's not a knock, it's not against somebody, but at the same time when we're telling our viewers or our people about that shit, we're saying that it's okay to settle for the same result from somebody else with the same outcome. Like that's not what we're supposed to do. Like I've said, you bring Brian Flores in, that 26 shit don't exist. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking probably down to like the 17, 18. That's a fucking massive difference. That's production. That's getting shit done. Like that's change. You know what I mean? Like if Gus or if Patrick Graham comes out here next year, right? What do we got? 17 games. If his fucking production has not picked up by week 8 or 9, like this fool should probably be shit canned. You know what I mean? Like if he gives up listen, I think if he even gives up one fucking game at 13 plus points, he should be fucking fired. Like, I'll just be honest. I don't give a fuck. This fool gave up 5. If you're talking about having an overhaul, being better, having better production, you shouldn't even give up one of those because I've said you're not going to see Vic, Brian or any good coordinator fucking give up fucking 1, let alone 5. So when I look at teams and evaluate our team, I do it to the net because of the fact that sometimes vision looks blurry, dude. Like vision is blurry because people can look at somebody, and I hear people say this all the time. They say, well, I don't go by stats. I go by what it looks like. You can go by whatever you want, motherfucker. I don't really care. But at the end of the day, when you're 20 or you're 32nd, you're 32nd. I don't give a fuck how you want to sit here and talk to me and say how beautiful you looked at 32nd, but you still 32nd, motherfucker. So, and that shit matters. And if you're delusional in your mind that think it doesn't, well, you're not talking to me, motherfucker, because I live in this world called reality, and that shit matters. When a guy walks up and says he's 1 and I'm 31, I think I'm the 32nd worst motherfucker that's out here. That's how that shit's viewed, you know? So I just say, like, when we look at our team, the only way to stay fair to it is to know that, hey, even though that this team looks better view-wise, it's still the exact same result. It's not better, man. So I just think when we're looking, that's why I say about Josh. Josh is as clear as fucking day. There ain't no fucking doubt about it. Go look it up. Y'all, that shit'll put it on. He's probably better than Gruden, to be honest, in his first fucking outcome with where he is at. I bet you if you looked up Gruden and fucking Josh, I'm willing to bet, and I haven't even looked it up, ain't even checked in. I'm willing to bet that Josh's stature in there is better than Gruden's. And I'm almost willing to bet that Josh's stature is better than Gruden's probably through multiple years, not just one. I'll say his first year here is probably better than his first 2 or 3, you know? So I don't know, you know, like I said, Josh's side is clear. It's the defensive side, man. It's just the consistency of that defensive side has been the same. That's why, for me, when the Panthers just made that move today, that just solidified, like, who wants to be good. And then us sitting over here, it obviously says to me that they didn't think Stroud was that good. Like, they didn't think, obviously, Stroud was worth a player in 2 seconds. So the thing that gets scary is like, who are they looking to go? But when you look at Jimmy Garoppolo and so on, like, what round was he picked? He was picked in the later rounds, was he not?
Was he? I think
he's like fucking 3rd or 5th round pick. I think he's probably like a 3rd pick or 3rd round pick.
He was picked in the same round as Carr, or he was picked before him. I think he was picked before Carr.
Was he?
No, he was picked in the same round. He was picked in the same round as Carr.
2nd round?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, still at that point, yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. Hendon Hooker, dude, there's multiple people that can go in that 2nd round and still have a really good outcome. So,
oh, by the way, you were right. The only time Gruden had a better offense than McDaniels was the 2020 season.
See, I told you, man. And that's just his first with what he had. Like, that's what people don't understand. They don't look at the whole base of where we're at. They're just too fast to hop on bullshit, dude. Like, I always sit and say, like, I just try to be fair to our team, fair judge. I think when you look at the way that Josh produced with the team that he had, because again, if we're being honest, he didn't have no offense due to players, period. And I'll keep going back to it that if people are debating that fucking Mac Hollins is this number 2, you're just fucking crazy. But at the same time, even with those players, he produced at the 12th best, had a better season than Gruden 3 out of 4 years, and he did that in his first year with this team. Like, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. People just overview a motherfucker and say, look what he did in Denver. Oh, just get rid of him. He doesn't know what he's fucking doing. Oh, he's a horrible head coach. No, fuck he ain't. You can tell this fool knows his shit. You can tell he's solid as fuck. You don't let motherfuckers get to him. You don't defer on conversation. He doesn't fucking bat an eye. This guy's not fucking lost in conversation, dude. He ain't mumbling over his shit. He doesn't look lost, dude. He looks pissed when somebody does something he don't want him to fucking do. And that's probably why he doesn't like Kuntz, because Kuntz tried to tackle Carr in the off season in the training camp. So when he was yelling at that motherfucker, so he probably just got this ego ass fucking deal, period. But long story short is like, I said Josh knows what the fuck he's doing. If you are delusional and look back at Denver and think that Josh is what he was in Denver is what he is here, that's just fucking nuts. That's nuts. This dude is not fucking dumb, dude. This motherfucker got 5 rings calling the plays in the motherfucking Super Bowl. He did not leave New England and come here and forget how to call fucking plays. He did not forget how to build plays. He didn't forget how to design plays. He didn't forget all the knowledge that he has at 40 than most motherfucking guys that are here at 70 that fucking do nothing but play football. He has more experience in the Super Bowl than both of them put together. So Josh ain't fucking stupid, man. There's no fucking way anybody can say it. When Josh went to Denver the first time around, he just won 2 Super Bowls off there. The hype and shit was just coming off. This motherfucker ain't that guy.
He
He's
was also
not that fucking guy.
32 or 33. Like, that's really young for
What's
a
up,
head
Mel?
coach.
Mel Cabrizi, what's up, bro?
That's like, if he won a Super Bowl in Denver 5 years after he got signed as a head coach, he still would have been the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl.
Damn right. And not only that, dude, it's like people falter and people sitting here knacking him, right? And they're knocking the fuck out of him. They're like, oh, he has a losing record. He got 11 fucking losses, bro. 11 losses. Like, get the fuck out of here with him losing his losing record. He goes out and has one good fucking season. He got a winning fucking record. And there's multiple Hall of Fame coaches that started out with way worse records than 11 fucking
it's like
losses.
I said in the last. It's like I said in the last live. Pete Carroll was fired by New England, replaced by Bill Belichick. First 2 seasons with Seattle, he had 7 wins.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he made the Legion of Boom that he was starting to win.
That's why I just think it's crazy that you would take a 40-year-old dude that has so much knowledge offensively, fucking game-wise, everything. Like, I get the jet sweeps, but I think we all know, like, they call that shit to throw games. Like, they weren't calling that shit because that's the fucking play that they wanted to go win the game on. Like, there were multiple such play calls, offensively, defensively, that they were just throwing games at. They didn't want Carr audible out of there. That's why I'm telling you, that's why I feel like Carr really, really got the boot, was because they were like, bitch, you just took us from 4th to 7th. You know what I mean? Like, and now
I bet if we lost that Seattle game, we probably would have been in a really good spot to trade up.
Facts. And it probably would have cost us less to get there, you know? So, but again, not only that, they probably wouldn't have taken our deal because they wanted the haul. So they would have always taken the Panthers no matter what. The thing is I just feel like when people are judging Josh and them, they're just totally judging them biasly, dude, because like I said, I bet, and I never even looked that stat up. I never looked it up. I said, I bet Josh had a better season in his first year than Gruden did in multiple, what was it, 3 or 4 years, Josh had a better season in his first start than he did 3 of the 4 seasons. Like, that's fucking crazy. And not only that, it's that he's fucking produced at a pretty high level. I even brought this up again. I said, Derek Carr threw 23 touchdowns, 4,800 yards under Gruden, which was people are comparing to be one of his best. But in the reality is Josh McDaniels threw for 3,500 with 34 touchdowns. That's more than any that Gruden threw it at all. You know what I mean? So how are we sitting here saying that Josh is such a horrible coach? Josh doesn't know what he's doing. Josh's offense knows what the fuck it's doing when they have the deal. And even when he didn't, he made Matt Collins 700-yard player. And even, again, I spoke on that. I said just sarcastically that, hey, he probably had more yards in that year than he had in his career. And sure enough, shit, he did. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I said that immediately. I was like, Dustin, I'm way ahead of you. He actually did.
Yep, 690. And you're telling me 1 year he had 690, outbeat his whole career playing football. Like, that's what I'm saying. And people are settling on, oh, he should be the start. No, you're dumb as hell. You're fucking dumb. He should be a 4 or 5, and that's where he belongs. And that's where he should be, and he should be grateful he gets to play there. And again, when you have people like OBJ, right? You're telling me you take Hans over OBJ? You're fucking crazy. Like, fucking no way. Like, I'm taking all kind of players over him. I take Adam Thielen over fucking Holland right now, you know, like, There's multiple players out there. I'm taking over fucking Hollins in a heartbeat. DJ Chark, fucking Lazard, dude. I mean, I'm gonna go down. I'd take Will Fuller's ass right now. Like, there are multiple players I would take over Hollins in a heartbeat, dude. So, like I say, if we're sitting here settling for players like that and saying those are good, man, we're just settling for just way down the board. Where I think, like I said, Josh and Zig are not fucking dumb. I've said the whole time. All these guys on fucking YouTube are talking such fucking false narratives where they're like, oh, Ziegler and them aren't doing good jobs. Show me where he ain't doing a good job. Why? Because he's gonna make a Chandler Jones fucking contract. That's where he's not doing a good job, right? That's where he's failing because of Chandler Jones contract. But all 5 fucking players he cut, he hit on every single one of them. He picked up draft picks on dudes. He cut fucking a guy that we were going to eat a massive contract on, and he don't end up paying shit. This guy is smart as fuck. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows player evaluation. It's not coincidence that he cuts 5 motherfuckers. All 5 of these guys go to different places, and none of them produced, and let alone some of them didn't even fucking play. And this fool got draft picks for them, and dudes are saying that this guy don't know his job. Well, I think motherfuckers saying that shouldn't be watching our team, let alone evaluating our team to begin with. Let alone, he picks in the 3rd round. The first pick he picks in the 3rd round was Parham. That dude's a fucking baller. I mean, there's no sitting here saying that guy can't play on our team and be a starter for a long time. The guy was a great pick at the 3rd fucking round. And not only was he a great pick, he was one of the best players in the rookie season all year long. So to sit and say this dude don't know what the fuck he's doing is crazy as fuck. And to sit and say that Josh McDaniels don't know what he's doing. Well, let me give you some facts. One, he fucking had 27.2 points per game all the way to the Saints game, and that was minus players inside our roster to begin with. They didn't even have our starters playing in most of those games. Then you're going to be going there to the fucking at the end of the season and still tapered off at 23.2 points per fucking game, and he had the 12th best offense. And you were fucking down players, and you're talking about Carr not even scoring points in the second half of fucking games, and he still put up those types of numbers. How in the fuck you a bad coach if you got numbers like that? How you not scoring in 2 quarters when other teams are scoring in 4 and you still got better points than them? Like, you ain't a bad coach. It's just fucking people don't know how to evaluate talent apparently or skill set, because the guy that sucks averages 15 points, 12 points, 17 points. You're not fucking averaging 23 points with Devontae Adams and fucking Josh Jacobs and Waller. Like, you're not fucking doing that. Like, you don't get those types of points with just those 3. I said that man produced 3,500 yards and 26 touchdowns amongst 2 fucking players. He broke a 25-year. He broke a multi-year record. Well, probably was, huh? Because it was 25 years. Broke a record, 2 sitting records in 1 fucking year with 2 fucking players. Like, that's not fucking shitty fucking coaching, dude. Like, you don't get John Gruden didn't do that with fucking Jacobs. He didn't do it in the whole time. Josh come in the first fucking year with them and does it. Like, why didn't Gruden do that in the first fucking 3 he had him? Hell, even the 4th. You know what I mean? Well, he didn't get him 4th on because we had him. But long story short, he didn't do it in either 3. So, and again, Devontae Adams comes in here, he breaks Tim Brown's record in the first fucking year down. Like, again, Carr could have tried doing that with Waller, Renfro. He got fucking 1,100 yards. You know what I mean? So, Josh ain't fucking dumb, man. There ain't no way you're going to convince me that fucking guy is stupid. And if you think that, then I don't want you on my fucking team, because he's fucking smart. He knows what the fuck he's doing. And when he breaks his team down, just like I've been saying the whole entire time, listen, your team becomes predictable as fuck when it's only one motherfucker out there that's doing the fucking work. So when your halfback's doing all the fucking work, he becomes predictable. When he's carrying 2,000 fucking yards and he gets the fucking ball, they know who's going to be doing the fucking work. When your wide receiver's eclipsing 1,500 plus yards and he's the only one getting the ball, it becomes pretty predictable. But when you got a fucking halfback that U86 this, so let's say that you, and again, I've brought this up earlier, just show me a 2,000-yard back that's won the Super Bowl recently, dude. Like, it doesn't work like that. And again, the other thing
even when it comes to paying a running back, I think maybe last like I'll just say several, like the last several Super Bowl winners paid no more than I think maybe like several $1 million on a running back. Like, when's the last time you've seen a running back being paid over 10 million win a Super Bowl?
That's facts, and that's my point. Is that you take away Jacobs, right? Let's just say they take Jacobs off the board. He got 2,000 all-purpose yards. One dude, just take him off the board. Now let's say that you bring in 3 fucking halfbacks, and these 3 halfbacks you're producing anywhere between 350 and 400 yards per halfback, right? So between those, you have 1,200 yards average at 400. You'd get 4,812. So you got 1,200 yards combined between 3 players, and you're not predictable. You actually become lethal, actually, because now a team can't just hone in on what one dude's doing. They got to hone in on what 2 or 3 dudes are doing. So your team becomes more dangerous. Now let's go back on that same side offense, and let's go to the wide receivers. Now instead of fucking just Adams just getting the fucking ball, every goddamn fucking time. Now let's say you have really 3 fucking receivers over there, and you have Waller inside there. Let's not even talk about a second tight end. Let's just say you got 3 receivers and fucking Waller. Your team becomes way more deadly, dude. Like, your presence inside the red zone becomes way fucking higher because now you got multiple halfbacks that are deadly, multiple receivers that are deadly. And it's not about being that they have to be great, dude. It's just like I've said about New England's wide receiver core. Like, Myers is not a fucking good player, in my opinion. I don't really like the guy at all, dude. Like, he don't score touchdowns. That's what it's about, being a receiver, scoring fucking touchdowns. But I think what makes that team play so well as a receiver base is because all 3 of them are like that in different aspects, so it makes it actually a decently team. But at the same time, if he goes somewhere else and you're depending on him, no fucking way. So, no way. But what my point is sometimes having 3 dudes and they could all just be good players makes you actually a great team. It doesn't have to be great, great, great. It can be great, good, good, good. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have all your spots. Your team actually works better chemistry that way because the good players ain't sitting there saying, like, give me the ball every fucking time. They don't have an ego, so it's not striding the fucking deal within your team. So when a quarterback's sitting in the backfield and he's overviewing a dude after he looks off his first progression, which would be Adams probably, then when he's going through, there's not dudes over there like me. You're having a better chance. That's why I said I think New England was so dominant for so long, is you never just had that mean motherfucker over there and there, dude. Like, Gronk came on later, dude. Other dudes, like, they never had guys that were just, like, mean. And I think that shit matters when you're trying to win big games. I've said Philadelphia went out and overpaid on all kind of motherfucker players, dude. They had hella good ass talent over there, dude. All over that. The Chiefs were like the broke version, bro. Like, they didn't go spending all that money and all those names. They went out and got people like Tony and fucking dudes of those stature and ended up fucking winning Super Bowl with them, dude. Like, that's all I'm saying is it doesn't matter about having the best defense. They didn't have the best defense, not even close. Nowhere even close, dude.
Nah,
like,
their secondary was trash.
Damn right. So it didn't matter on it. It's just the fact that how well the team played together, like how they complemented each other, dude. So, and again, with Holmes fucking being as good as he is offensively. So for me, like I say, man, I mean, they can go over it, this, that, the other, not. Until it's Josh's team, they're just going to be playing with somebody else's shit. I don't like playing with other people's shit. I know how that feels, dude. I don't want to show up on a job site that some other dude fucking had for multiple years and it didn't fit the way I want. It's mine. I'm going to do it my way, dude. If I go buy a piece of land and a guy fucking did all kind of shit to that land where other people are like, man, that's really nice. I like how that shit looks. I like where that house is at. I like how they did the landscaping here. And I'm like, I don't like any of this. I want the land because I want to take that house and I want to move it up on top of the mountain. I want it in the bottom of this motherfucker. I want it on top of this motherfucker where I'm looking over the whole entire valley, not just looking at it from the base ground. I want to turn that shit down into a big old fucking field where I can farm that shit and make money off it. I want to put cattle down there. I want to fucking do everything. My vision to that same piece of land that somebody else had may be 100 times fucking different than how they viewed it. That's all I'm saying. Until it's his piece of land, it's just going to be somebody else's view. That's all it is. I don't want somebody else's view. I want my view.
A funnier example. Imagine you get a new girl and she complains she doesn't like the things you did and compares you to her ex. Then you're thinking, well, too bad, because this is how I run my system.
Damn
you
right.
can get out of my place if you don't like my system.
Hey, you'd see me just open this fucking door and be like, later, bitch. Like, straight up. Like, straight the fuck up. I'd be like, oh, is there an eject button on my passenger seat? Fucking bloop.
I'll be like them cartoons, like, yep, you're out of here.
Yep, damn right, eject. No, and that's how people got to quit looking at it is like, oh, this was Gruden's and that. You know, I already said Peyton would have been a great asset because he's that type, but maybe that's not what they want to win. Maybe, listen, man, how do you tell Josh and Ziegler that the vision that they have is wrong when they've got fucking one, he's got 6 Super Bowl fucking rings, and another, he's got 5 of them calling them and building them himself. Like, how do you tell a guy that his vision's wrong? Like, you can't tell that guy his vision's wrong, dude. Like, when his shit's on hit, his shit hits. And listen, I can get it. Listen, I fucking get it, dude. If people are like, okay, but that's Belichick's team. Because that's what they're going to tell you every single time, right? They're going to tell you, but that's Belichick's
and then I can say, like I said last live, the moment McDaniels left, why is it the offense was trash?
Damn right. And I'm going to put another fact here. You're right. It was Belichick's team, but how come Josh McDaniels' offense was ranked top 1 or top 5 for 10 fucking years? Like, that's not Belichick. That's fucking Josh. That's Josh's calling. That's his playing. That's jack goddamn shit to do with defense. That's him calling his plays, getting his team in the motherfucking end zones, and him putting up those yards, and him fucking going down there and doing that. That's his fucking shit. Ain't got jack shit to do with Bill Belichick. So to sit there and be that dumb, why did Bill go get Bill O'Brien, dude? Because he know motherfucking what's his name was not gonna be doing shit over there, and they knew Patricia, and then they keep saying like, oh Jones, he's gonna be traded. They got fucking, well, he's a goddamn Alabama fucking OC. Well, you think he really trading fucking Mac Jones? No.
He's the one that got Mac Jones into the league.
Damn right. Damn fucking right. So he ain't fucking going nowhere, dude. That fool's staying right there with them and all, dude. I just say, like, people got to just quit hating on our fucking team because they don't know shit about it. You don't know shit about it, just get educated. We got too many motherfuckers in this era in history where they read a fucking sentence that's this goddamn long and they'll tell me a paragraph that's that fucking wide by this big. Like, how in the fuck did you get that paragraph and this fucking big of a shit by a fucking reading this much of an article? Like, that don't even make no fucking sense, dude. Like, and too many people don't want to get educated. They just want to act like, well, I know. You don't fucking know, motherfucker. You're like, all you talking is stupid talk when you're talking that dumbass shit. Like, there's things about hypotheticals you can't say stupid. But when you're talking about your team, we're not on top of our point. You know, like, we're not fucking educated on our history. We're just failing the conversation, period, because every single hire is a bad hire. Every single player that gets brought here ain't never going to be better than anybody else. We're going to be in these losing areas because this dude, we settled for fucking mediocrity at fucking 6 and 7 fucking wins. So when we talk conversation, we imply as if we're winning. We're not fucking winning. We're losing, motherfuckers. Like, straight the fuck up. Every time you don't break 500, you losing. I don't care if it's by 1 game or fucking 5 games. It's a loss. Done. So, like I say, man, at the end of the day, I hope that Josh and them do get it because I know they will. And I know when they're sitting here, listen. when guys are literally standing at the table right now and they're saying like, man, we got $38 million, dude. We just went on with this season. There were a lot of good pieces. They're just let those pieces walk the fuck out of here. Because you know why? Because I'm going to tell you why. So at the end of the day, when they sit here and they have their checklist, right? So when they look at their checklist and they say, this is what works because we've done this for a long fucking time. And the salary cap's going up. So the players that we used to sign at defensive tackles and DNs and so on, let's say that at a D tackle, at this guy's experience, he was getting paid, let's just use an example, like, let's say he's getting paid 1% of the roster, 1% of the salary cap. And he's going to get, or 2%. Let's just say give him 2%. Fuck it. Let's give this guy a little bit of bonus. And let's just say, we got to do 1% because he sucks. Let's just go 1%. And you're sitting there saying, okay, at 1%, I can pay you $2 million, $2.5 million, because that's where you're valued. That's where our board values you. And I'm gonna bring back our board talk here in 1 second. When he says my board, and where I value you at a player, you're at $2.5 million. You're telling me you want 5, I'm not budging because your value and the way that we judge you puts you in this category. This category on our paper says you're only valued at $2.5 million. So you're able to take your services anywhere else because the value is not matching what our criteria is, right? Now, this is where it comes back to people like Marcel Reese, fucking Zach Crockett, and the other dudes, right? When they put them out there and they're fucking recruiting or fucking scouting other fucking people, when they gave them their list and said that Ziegler said that this is our list, this is the way we evaluate fucking scouts, this is the way we evaluate our players by this paper, by this template, by this recording is how we do it. Now he sends them out there and he comes back and gives them a scouting report and he says, well, this is how I see the player. Well, Ziegler's sitting there saying, well, that's not how we just said. This is our scouting deal. This is the way that we look at it. This is the way that we're viewed. Why are you viewing them that way? That's why they got rid of these motherfuckers, because they're not viewing people or seeing them the way that they see the people that they scout people. So when a guy comes in, so for instance, like buying a car, right? It's just like buying a car. I go into a fucking car lot and I tell a guy that, hey man, I got $35,000 cash. I'm fucking right here on the lot. I want to buy a fucking car from you. You know what that motherfucker does? Instead of bringing me a car for $35,000 and making the sale right here, right now, and getting the fuck out of here, he brings me a $45,000 car. Like, that's what he wants to do. He wants to bring me something I didn't fucking ask for. I asked for this, and you're bringing me something fucking else. That's not how it works, dude. Like, I need what I'm fucking asking you for. And when I value these fucking deals, is because I've already looked into it, and I already know where I can get it and what I see it for. So for me, when you're looking into trying to make your team better or things like this is what I said. I said they're going to go around. They're going to get players that are valued at about 5 million, 7.5 million, so maybe 10. But they're going to have these brackets the way that they're seeing these players. Ziegler has made it clear numerous freaking times. I don't want to build through the draft or through the free agency. I want to build through the draft. When they're doing that, it shows that they're only using template pieces, dude. They're not building their teams by 20 million here, 20 million there, 15 here, fucking that. No. They go in there and they say, you'd be a good depth piece, and you'd be a good corner piece, and you'd be a good fucking mile piece for us. And then we're going to go to the draft, and we're going to build our future through here. But in order to get to our future, we need to have some stepping stones that get us to that future. So we will have to have veterans in free agency no matter what, because we need those stepping pillars to be able to get to that end result. And then once that end result's there, it stays there for a hell of a long time. It doesn't just go away now, because you've went through year 1, year 2, year 3, and at year 3, these dudes are all these dudes know it. So you're no longer a 22, you're longer 11. Now you're 11 in year 3, so your base is 11, no longer base 22, it's base 11. So at that point, you're able to sit and say, okay, from the base 11 of this pillar, when one dude falls off, then this guy that comes in is either we can pick him in the draft and it's somebody that transpires back in that position for the next year or two, or we got to go to the free agency. We pick up a guy right now that's a veteran, lower pay, but he knows that position very well. And then we develop this guy for a year. So then when he makes the system, he's here for 4. Like, they have a template that works very well, dude. And for whatever reason, people want to go against it. They want to sit and say, like, they don't know what they're doing. How do you know they don't know what the fuck they're doing? Like, how do you know they don't? Maybe you fucking don't. Maybe you ain't never built and broke down shit and then rebuilt that shit to know they've viewed it, they've seen it, they've experienced it, they fucking draft it, they recruit it, they play it. How the fuck do they not know? Like, you think motherfuckers in there? You think the guy went in there and took the job and said, I want to get fired and have my whole family and everybody get thrown the fuck out and not get hired the following year? Like, they didn't fucking go in there with that type of mentality. So to sit and just be biased on people, to be biased on
Jeff, and then your first name.
To be biased on people just because you want to hate on a person, that's not fair to the team at the end of the day. That's all I gotta say is, like, you got to judge fairly. I brought up multiple just stats off the top of my head, and to prove that Josh is not bad, he's fucking outperformed Gruden 3 or 4 years, dude. So again, I would just say, like, give him a chance to build it up. Like, wait till after the draft at least before motherfucker gonna talk shit. Like, hey, you're gonna talk shit on a team that's broke down, getting rebuilt, and then the motherfucker ain't even been through free agency or draft, and you over here bashing this motherfucker like you don't know what the fuck you ain't seen what the fuck they doing, dude. They came in at the end of the season last year. They were already scouting for a whole different fucking team, not this fucking team. They had to come in, put it together, and still go out and play. And I felt like I said, they've played at pretty high levels at all times on the offense on multiple games, not just one, multiple games, dude. So just defense gave up some of them games, but whatever. I don't really give a fuck. But, and again, I just think, like I said, I think our team is actually going to be heading in a good way. I don't speak on my team and give anybody credit, and everybody knows that. I'm not going to credit Josh or Ziegler if they ain't doing good. I'm a factual person. I run the stats. I run the numbers. I look at where the production, where it was before, where it is now. I put it against other people, not just one. I'm not sitting here putting our team against the past, or where I put it against an equal scale that is judged on an everyday base, which is a stat line that determines player evaluation or way people are determined. Somebody can say, well, I don't put stats together. Well, you don't put stats together, and we get a dude over here that say, like, fucking Reggie White, all-time leading sack leader, right? And then let's just say Carl Nassib, and you're over here telling me that you don't look at fucking stats, but you're going to take Nassib over Reggie White. You're just stupid ass motherfuckers. So, like, that's all I'm saying. Stats fucking matter by a mile. So the production of a player results within the stat line. That's how they're judged. That's how it's been judged, where people sit and say, like, oh, or LeBron break this stat, or this guy was that, or that stat, or like Carr breaking Stabler's stats, and then that was back then. And motherfucker, that stat exists to this day. The fuck you mean it was back then? Motherfucker set the record then, and it still exists now. So guess what? That stat exists now in the fucking NFL being judged right motherfucking now. So no matter how you want to say, different era, different time, different people. Hey, that stat exists right fucking now and still is now. So Carter owns it now, but at the same time, in 20 years from now, if nobody breaks it by then, they're going to still compare Carr to that fucking stat. So, yeah, it doesn't matter when the stat was created if it still fucking exists. And it's still the temple that people are going off to beat. So, again, I hate how people say that shit. When people tell me that shit, I don't even want to talk to them. Like, I really don't even want to talk football to them. I don't even want to be on the same conversation with them. I just think instantly I'm just done with that conversation right away. So, long story short, salute SB Sports. Appreciate you, bro. Fucking stopping by. And then that's oh man, Seth. But long story short, man, like I said, at the end of the day, I think like Josh and Ziegler are doing a great job. I think Graham needs to get up on his end, be able to produce. I mean, when Josh gets the offense that he needs, he's going to be a little hard to stop. I'm going to tell you that shit right now. When Josh got fucking 4 or 5 fucking receivers on the team playing all at one time that are good, and he's going to be a tough motherfucker to stop. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Josh is putting up numbers like that with 1 or 2 guys. Wait till he has 4 or 5. You know what I mean? So his offense is going to be scary as fuck, and it's going to be dangerous as fuck. And him getting in that red zone ain't even going to be an issue for him, dude. They were already getting there with just 2 dudes. So, again, like I say, man, if they can step it up, and then if they step it up, dude, and they get into that point, then when you're having there with 4 or 5 people versus 2 or 3 that they had, and the production was sitting there around 30 fucking touchdowns, now we're talking 50. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna have it, and he's gonna do it, and that's why I said I'm not against the Jacobs deal. I'm not against any of it, because I believe when you're going away from 1 and creating 3, you make your team more deadly, you make your team more unpredictable. I think football is listen, football is a very weird sport, dude, because it's like chess, dude, and it's like you're building up this fucking team, but you don't want people to know that you're going to be using your queen every single time, or your rook, or your bishop, or your fucking knight. Like, they don't want to know that you honed in on one individual piece is how you're winning games. That's why I think Andy Reid is so hard, because he's not just using one fucking halfback. He's using multiple, and he's not just using one receiver. He's got fucking 5 or 6. You know what I mean? He's using one tight end, but outside of that, everything else is all transferable by multiple people, dude. Like, again, yeah, dude, like Sky Moore. I talked about that dude the whole entire time, so he'd be one of the best fucking picks out of that draft this year. Sky Moore was good. He scored a fucking touchdown in the goddamn Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, he got Tony over there fucking beating ass. Like, when you got multiple, you got Juju Smith, all these guys just came back alive, dude, and it's not just one spot, it's like 4 or 5 of them. So when I'm sitting here looking at like what Josh can do and what he's done with the players he has, I think Josh is just as deadly, dude. I mean, I truly believe Josh could go toe-to-toe with Andy Reid. He already showed you he could. He already showed you he can go toe-to-toe with him in his fucking own house, dude. So again, it's not Josh can. It's just Josh needs the team behind him to do it.
For the freaking refs.
I mean, facts, because they're a bunch of pussies. You know, but when you're discrediting Josh like that, when you're discrediting Josh going into Kansas City and fucking competing at the level that he did, you're fucking our team up. Like, you're fucking our team up, dude, because he did something that most people ain't done, including Gruden, for a long fucking time. He did it in his first attempt. You know what I mean? So he didn't just go in there and he went in there and competed at a very high fucking level the whole entire time. We were 17 points up on him before the half. Name one time that Gruden had that. Name one time any motherfucker had that in the last fucking 10, 15 years. Like, nobody. So, like I said, man, if you're discrediting our head coach already because you're just a biased motherfucker, you shouldn't even be looking at it, dude, because at the end of the day, it ain't about your biasness what builds our team. It's about his skill set and how he develops people. How many people have said Josh can't develop a quarterback, but he's willing to take a rookie quarterback right now with his career on the fucking line the second time around as a fucking head coach, and he is about do the same shit because he ain't scared. Motherfucker ain't scared. He knows he can develop a quarterback. He knows he can develop a damn good quarterback, and he about to put that on fucking blast, like straight the fuck up, dude. Like, and when people got the balls to do that, when people sit here and criticize him, oh, look what he did in Denver. Oh, he did that. He did. Oh, he's going to fuck it up. You think he would make the same mistake twice? So you think he's really fucking retarded? You really think he's dumb? Like, you think that dude's uneducated? You really think that motherfucker knows he fucked up the first time, so he's going to do it a second? No, because I ain't never seen him do that in the Super Bowl. I ain't never seen him do that calling plays. So why the fuck would he do it there and here now? He's not going to do that shit. He learned from his shit. He knows what he's learned from it. People of their stature ain't, listen, people like me or like those dudes that study and fucking spend a lot of fucking time on educating your fucking self and fucking doing things and learning from fucking mistakes. We don't go fucking backwards. I don't go fucking backwards. I don't give a fuck what any motherfucker out there thinks when I get put out in the fields or go put out in other fucking areas. I don't go fucking backwards. I didn't just digress because I went from this company to that fucking company. That shit didn't fucking work. It don't work like that. Same knowledge is in the same both fucking places. I still know what the fuck I'm doing regardless of where I'm at. And when you're sitting there looking at Josh knows what the fuck he's doing. There's not a doubt about it, dude. The difference is he's way more educated this time. He's way more advanced this time. He has way more knowledge under his belt this time by far. And he has a way better playbook built around this time by far. I guarantee you by this time, when we get out of this next coming season, people ain't going to see the same fucking team that we just witnessed this last year. And then what are you going to say? What are you going to say when it ain't Derek Carr doing it and it's a dude like Stenham or somebody? What if it is Jimmy? What the fuck if it is Jimmy and Jimmy goes out there and he does have a fucking 10-win season, takes you to the playoffs and wins a fucking game? Then fucking what? Then what? Then you sit there and say like, oh, Carr won us, and Carr didn't get you shit. Jimmy's sorry ass, as much as I hate that motherfucker, gonna come in and fucking do that. I'd be pissed.
First playoff game in 20 years.
I don't want to hear nothing from these Carr fans.
I don't want to hear anything from anyone because at least my argument is at least McDaniels won us a playoff game.
Damn right. Damn fucking right. And he did it with if he does it with motherfucking Jimmy G, that just says a lot of our team and our fucking coaching staff and our people were way the fuck behind. Because you'll hear me all day long, and everybody has heard me all day long say, fuck Jimmy, fuck Brady, fuck all those dudes. I don't want any one of those guys. And if you're telling me we go change this defense, this fool brings in Jimmy and he wins fucking playoff game and it's first time, I'm going to flip my shit. Because that just validates everything we've been talking about right here on this channel, is that the old Raiders died when Al Davis fucking died, dude. Like, that's what the truth of it is, and it probably died before that, too. I mean, I can probably put it to fact
that
it
shit
probably
died in
happened
2000 and the early 2000 that died out.
Yeah, I think when he got a little delusional and got off, but that same football and that same management ain't existed here for a long fucking time. And if Josh and them come, you guys gonna dick ride Josh and Ziegler when they do fucking pan this team out? So all the people that said that they suck, you gonna dick ride them and be like, they're so great.
I want the ones that fucking hate Josh right now that talk shit about him, keep the same fucking energy when we start winning, bro. I want them to still hate him once we start winning, bro.
Hey, I've always said,
but they're not.
I've always said the thing that's good about YouTube channels is they keep receipts, and I have a great fucking memory, dude. Like, I remember. People may think I don't remember conversation or things. My mind is next level fucking memorized, dude.
Hey, Sergio, you've been here. I've been supporting Josh and Ziegler both since day one. Like, I never went off of there.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been fighting for them from day fucking one, both of them.
Hey, Dustin, like we talk.
I've said it's fucking Graham by a mile, dude. Like, Graham has given up the game.
Defense this year, get rid of them, not holding them back. But hey, to be honest, I have a feeling that the defense will be better.
Listen, if the defense ain't 32nd overall and it's fucking 20th, we probably win fucking 3 more games.
And
like that easy.
And then going back to that, I don't. And if that happens, I don't want the Carr fans to coming back to us. No. Go with Carr to New Orleans if you're a big fan of them. That's all. I just want wins, Dustin. That's all I want. I don't care about statistics.
I think at the end of the day, that's all Ziegler and Josh is all. Like, can we bring up can you like pull up the fucking Patriots record here real quick? Just pull it up real fast. Look it up from 2000. Since
Tom Brady's year. We can
because you'll have to, because that's when
Josh was there.
Josh was there, yeah. So just bring up 2000 all the way till now, right? And then I want you to start when you get at the 2000. Don't stop. Just go from 2000 all the way till current time. What is their record every year? Just tell me what their record is every year from 2001 till right now. Well, don't do right now because he wasn't there this year.
Okay, I will say this. Since 2002, the Patriots had no less than 9 wins until
this
the
year.
2020 season.
Well, speaks
What
enough
about
for itself.
2021? What was the record 2021?
8 wins.
But they still made the postseason with that too. That's crazy.
No, the year before they had 10 wins. That was their postseason.
Yeah. I'm talking about. I meant 2021 when we still had our when we
But
made
that's
the
my
playoffs.
point. With him at the helm,
From 2021 to
he's never had a losing season. He's never had a losing
no,
season
the
at
only
him
losing
at
seasons
the helm.
was in Denver, and with us last year. But this was his first year. He didn't
Yeah,
have
but
control
what
of
I'm
the
willing
team.
to bet, and I'm willing to bet, he ain't gonna have very many losing seasons. Like he's not going to have very many losing seasons. Like when he finally gets his fucking team up to where it is,
Once he
like
gets his offense thriving, Dustin, there's no way that somebody's gonna stop his
dude,
offense.
Sean Payton himself wouldn't have taken our team to the fucking playoffs with the same depleted roster that they had. Sean Payton wouldn't have fucking did it, dude. Nobody else would have did it, dude. Like I don't care what it like when I'm sitting here and I get upset. When I get upset and I say like
the fact that
Peyton
gets me upset with some of these fans, they bring up the previous year because we made the playoffs, but it's a whole nother different team, bro. Like you can't go
and
off
it's
of the
not even
season
that. You
before.
got you're talking about a team that had the players and a team that don't have the players. Like there's a
The
big
players
difference.
switched all last year. How many players did we lose last
It's not even that. We fuck how many injuries and players we lost this year. That's where it is, and it's not. And that's the look. When you're looking at last year and you're sitting there saying, okay, last year I had all these fucking players. We made the fucking playoffs. And then you come back this year and you're sitting there having that same conversation, but you look at your wide receivers and your wide receiving core is Devontae Adams, Hollins, and fucking Foster. And then you're acting like your receiving core was Devontae Adams, fucking let's just put it out. Let's just say Devontae Adams, fucking Renfro, Waller.
Throw Cole out there too. You can.
We gotta have a better receiver there. I mean, even
Matt
out of
Collins?
our Matt Collins. I mean, yeah, Matt Collins can be the 4. So even with those, it's a better roster.
Yeah,
but
bro.
we're sitting here.
Look at our guards. Look, like I said at the beginning of the show, I think Moody is gonna play the right or left guard, and then if we do not get rid of Andre James, it's gonna be Parham playing the other guard. So our guard situation's technically taken care of if we think about it. The only thing that we gotta worry about is the tackles. And to be honest, I have a feeling that we're just gonna go all out and try and get these players right away. We're not gonna be like they were their first year because they've been in the building the whole year. They evaluate players that come and go. And I don't think it's going to be like last year that we wait till day 2 to get who was the corner?
Who last year?
Yeah.
That we took?
Thank you. Yonder. I appreciate that.
Oh, I think he means Rocky Sin.
No. It wasn't Rocky. Phillips.
Oh, Darius
We took
Phillips?
him on day 2. We didn't get nobody day 1. I think this coming year they're gonna try and they're gonna spend the money and try.
Hold on. You got me confused here. What are we talking about?
The first day of tampering started last year, this last season with them, we didn't get nobody. We waited till
but they had that fucking Chandler, Jones, and Yannick and Rocky Sin trade already pinned out. Yeah, they already had that shit scheduled because that shit came one after the other.
But I'm just saying that they're gonna spend a lot on. I think on defense, we're gonna get some defensive players, maybe 2 or 3, that could fix or help us with our defense.
Yeah, I think frickin' I'm just
It's gonna
watching this
be
cop
weird,
right
bro.
here. This cop pulled over this lady, dude, and he probably told her that something about
That's why it's been flashing
her
lights. It's been
tag.
like that for a minute.
Say again.
It's been like this for or just recently. I just looked up and I seen these lights behind you. I'm like, what the hell did the cop?
Yeah, well,
I thought
he's
the cop
actually
was
in
going
front.
by the highway though at first, and then
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
in
see the
front of
dog.
me. Yeah, he's in front of me, and he pulled this lady over, and it looked like he probably said something about her tags, and he walked. She told him something, and he walked back over there. And then when he walked back over there, he looked at it and then walked back. I mean, he probably didn't see the tag on there, and fucking, he was like, "Fuck, yeah, I gotta go tell her I can't." You know what I mean? Like, I fucking hate cops, dude. Like, I just hate the way they are, the demeanor of them, dude. Like, motherfuckers. Like, I don't hate them like as people. I just hate how they act, like snooty little motherfuckers, dude. Like, they don't even come up to you like a human being. Like, this motherfucker.
Bro, they
I had this one
disrespect
dude
you.
that literally stood behind my door where I'm like, I'm gonna sit over here like this, and this guy literally told me he is like, he asked me, "You been drinking?" I'm like, "No." He's like, He's like, well, your eyes are a little red. I'm like, but I was just out in the fucking field all day, dude, with the fucking dirt, dude, fucking doing potatoes. Like, that fucking dirt's in my eye. My eyes are going to be fucking red.
Yeah, what
That
the
son
fuck?
of a bitch turned back to me again and said, you sure you ain't been drinking a few out in the field like that? I was like, what the fuck? I told him, I'm like, I just fucking told you I ain't fucking been drinking, dude. So I'm like leaning over to the passenger seat, fucking trying to get my registration and insurance out of the glove box. This sorry motherfucker brings it up again. He says, he's like, I'm just wondering, you sure you haven't been drinking? I turned right to him and said, boy, you sure are fishing, ain't you, dude? I said, there ain't a fucking lick of alcohol in this whole vehicle, let alone do I even smell like alcohol. And you're over here trying to imply that not just once, not twice, this is the third fucking time that you brought up me fucking drinking. I said, I ain't even fucking drink no alcohol. You don't smell no alcohol. And he is like, well, I'll pull you over because you ran that stop sign. Bull fucking shit.
See,
I
then
told
comes
him,
up with some other
bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah, I took that fool to court. I won that shit. Fuck that dude. That fucking
Oh,
cop's little douchebag ass
so then it was
motherfucker.
that night that we were on after the live, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
fucking dude. He tried telling me I went over the fucking stop sign line. But how could I? The stop sign comes like this, but the fucking road goes like that. So this road makes a fucking U like that. And if he claims I was over the line, I would have been in the fucking road of the intersection of it going like that. That guy's a fucking dipshit, dude. These cops are pricks, dude, but whatever. Yeah, I fucking hate it, dude. I mean, these motherfuckers, dude, they're always just fishing for shit, dude. And then, like, the other day, right, I fucking I had my daughter with me, fucking, I'm coming over the overpass. They have the state troopers on the highway. Well, my daughter said she couldn't hear the video that was coming out of the DVD players in the back of the seat in the headset that she had. So I fucking told her, I was like, well, I tried to fix it while I was driving, but it wasn't working. So I pull over in the fucking gas station where the state trooper is sitting at the end of the gas station in the exit. So I literally pull up, hop out, open up the back seat, grab my kid's headset, fucking try to fix the motherfucker. Wasn't working, reset everything, got it working, no problem, give it back to my kid, close the door, hop back in my car, fucking go drive back out onto the road. And this motherfucker hops out, dude, because when I drove up by him, I know why he hops out, because I was staring right at him. Like, I literally stared right at him. Like, there's no law that says I can't stare at a fucking cop. I'm not guilty of shit. And this motherfucker hops out and fucking tries to drive me down all the way down the fucking road. But I know the minute he ran our fucking license plate, knows, like, he ain't gonna fucking, like, he just literally tailed me for, I don't know, fuck, 2-3 miles. I mean, literally right on my bumper the whole fucking time, and then fucking just pulls off, turns around, and goes back. I'm like, these fucking guys, dude, they're just fucking dicks. I know he probably thought like I pulled off there trying to do something. I just pulled off trying to fix my kid's headset. That was it, dude. Let me tell you and change my perspective of cops. Yeah, I wouldn't be fucking. I don't give a fuck. I live in the streets every day of my life. I don't give fucking change shit. Fucking be a dick. You're gonna get treated like a dick. You fucking go to people with respect, cop or not, you're gonna get respect. I mean, straight up. And then if you gotta fight a guy, you fight a guy. That's just life. So that's the way the world works. But either way, fucking, what were we talking about football wise? Fucking, what were we on? What conversation were we on?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? I think you have one more topic here. It says fucking ranking, or yours is free agent. No, that one's not yours. Yeah, yours is free agent plans. You have anything you want to speak on that, or?
I mean, we kind of already covered on it, like a lot.
yeah, so.
I mean, I'm good if
we should
end
do
it now because it's getting
predictions
late
right
for me.
now on some of these players.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking like what, 1:30.
Yeah.
Hey, Sergio, you got any predictions who we might get on Monday before we come back on Monday?
Say that again, Cortez.
Huh?
Say that again.
Do you got any predictions
for free agency?
Because this is our last show till then, till Monday. Like,
well, basically, I guess what you're saying is, do you see anything happening by Monday? By
before
Monday,
we start our show.
Salute, Ozzy. What's up, bro?
Ozzy.
I don't know if anything might happen this weekend. I don't know.
No. I'm talking about on Monday. You know, we're gonna be on later. We're gonna be on at 10 your time.
Monday's gonna be the first period where you can tamper with players.
Like,
and then Wednesday will be the first time you can actually sign players.
Let me ask, let me say, do you see us going after a defensive tackle?
No.
Throwing the money at?
No.
What about a linebacker?
Definitely, I see us signing a linebacker.
So me and Dustin's on the same thing. Who we want at linebacker?
Is it Devin Bush?
Yeah. Devin Bush back, man. How many episodes was that, Dustin, that I brought up Devin Bush as like my number one linebacker?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It's been like a month or two now.
Yeah, I think free agency is just going to set post. Like, I don't think we'll probably be day one guys again. I don't think we'll be day one. I don't think we're ever going to be day one with these guys because I don't think outside of. I think, like I said, I think we were talking about it on here or maybe in private, but I think like Ziegler and them want to have their own signature. So, for instance, like what I said with Bill Parcells and fucking Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick learns with Bill Parcells, comes over and designs his own system off of Bill Parcells' floor plan, where they're going to sit here and they're going to kind of do the same exact thing with their own floor plan. So, I don't know, man. I think frickin' at the end of the day, when they're building the team or things of those factors, I think like with Ziegler and them, man, they're going to have this template. And then, like I said, I think with the linebacker, you have to stay to the system with the, I don't know. Like I said, man, I think there's so many things that are going to come here by the free agency that we need. So long story short, I think they have already, like what I've said in private is like I've said that they've already probably done the draft multiple times. So they already know base route of players that they're going to be able to pick up through the draft. And the people that they can pick up in the draft, they're going to go to the free agency for.
And for now, like now we got a coach to coach tight ends. Now our offense coordinator's not going to be over there. It was Dustin, I forgot to tell you this too today. It's one of their friends. They all went to John Carroll. He went to John Carroll with them.
Did he?
Jerry something. I forget his last name.
Well, who is it? What are you saying?
He was a senior advisor or senior assist or offensive assistant. Our new tight end coach, or he's not new to the team, but was promoted.
Yeah.
And guess who got promoted today to be assistant head coach?
Who?
For Green Bay.
Who?
Bisaccia.
Rich Bisaccia. So So if anything happens and Matt LaFleur does not work out, I think they're gonna give the intern to him.
He ain't getting that fucking job. You know how many people
No,
have
intern. Intern
yeah,
as
you
they
know how many
can.
people have the assistant head coaching fucking label.
Fuck, he's had it
I
for
think
12
like
years.
when you look over at the Redskins and you see fucking the Chiefs guy going over there, that motherfucker most definitely gonna get that head coaching job. Ron Rivera's ass gonna get fired, bro. Like that's what's gonna happen up in that shit. So you can mark that.
Man, I'm just ready to see what we do.
I think we're gonna do just fine, and like I was saying, I don't think we'll go day one dudes. I don't think like if we get Jesse Bates, that'd be crazy, but we're not doing that, dude. I don't think he makes that big of a difference in
let
ours.
me
I
ask
think
you
the money. If we go day one, it's gonna be because we went after fucking Dalvin Bush. Like that's if we're day one suitors, it's because we're giving fucking Dalvin 15 to 17 million. Like that's straight up. And if we're not, I don't see we doing it with any other player out there. Like we're not getting Payne because we're not giving up draft picks. We're not giving Lamar. We're not giving up the draft picks, dude. Like there's multiple.
Would you go after Tomlinson?
Who?
Would you go after Tomlinson or Hargraves?
Tomlinson, who?
The D tackle from Minnesota that used to be with the Giants. I'm just bringing him up.
Oh yeah. No, I would. I mean, fucking. Yes, I think freaking. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. D tackle, fucking. Yes.
I think he
I made a
Clemson,
post on him. I made a post on him in my Instagram.
Didn't he play at
yes,
Clemson?
I would.
Or was that the
would.
Wilkins?
I know Dustin would probably flip out if we drafted AR-15.
No, get off that. We don't want that.
And Al even asked that question of all people, man. Like
Al, you know better. We're not like that. This is who my quarterback.
He said I like Ronnie
McLeod.
You know who I can predict that I think we're gonna sign? I think we're gonna sign Julian Love at safety.
Who?
Julian Love.
Do you think he'll be our
I mean, I don't think it would be a bad deal. Look, man, I'm not gonna say that I'm against like Richardson and all. He does have tangibles and so on. I mean, all I'm saying is if you're taking a quarterback and waiting multiple years, obviously you're not gonna be good for multiple years. So why wouldn't you try to go after Caleb or fucking Archie Manning in the next year or two?
Look at what Yonder put up in the chat, Dustin.
They are what we sign a gun. Fucking guy. I just think with AR, I just would prefer not to. I agree that AR needs to sit for a year. He got to sit for a year or two. I mean, that guy is not as close people think. This fucking guy got 17 and 10. He got no. He got a 53% fucking completion. This motherfucker got to learn accuracy and progression, dude. So he can't just drop the ball and take off running. Like, you can't do that shit here. You got fucking Devontae. You got receivers you need to throw the ball to. So AR got a year.
Hey, Dustin, there's a report out there that says that Ziegler plans to be aggressive in free agency with some players. We don't know.
There's a lot of reports that said Ziegler was going to do a lot of things, and he never did it.
Yep.
He never even entertained it. So, like I've been saying on our channel the whole time, beat writers and people have put posts out there for people to read. Like Ziegler's not. Was he aggressive last year? No, he just said it right up. Like he didn't even entertain day one at all. So, and then when he did make his moves in day two with Chandler and them, then he was done again. You know what I mean? So like,
hey, we didn't have that much money last year, did we?
He said Plan C start Stenham and have AR sit for a year.
Sergio, can you check how much money we had last year?
I don't think we had that much money last year.
Probably like 20 million, I think. 18, 20 million,
Yeah.
20 million.
This year they got More
We have fucking 38 million right now.
38?
Yeah, 38 million.
Did you get the truck back?
Yeah, I got him pickup back. Yeah.
Nice, nice. What are they gonna do with the other one?
They're gonna fix that. Sorry, piece of shit.
and then
So it don't end up fucking killing somebody.
Plan B is to start. Nah, but what was your plan A then? Your plan A should have been Stroud.
You said plan B to start Stenham or Jimmy and draft Stroud. Well, we ain't getting Stroud, bro. Like Stroud just went to the Panthers, bro. Like Stroud's going to the Panthers, 100%.
Man, that what gets me.
Yeah, Stroud is off the board. Like he's not. We are not even. Nobody getting Stroud. Stroud going to Carolina. Like I'll bet fucking $1,000, dude. Like
I bet $1 million.
Yeah, I bet $1,000 right now, fucking cash money, bro. Like he's going to Carolina.
Yeah, Dustin, I'm gonna head off.
All right, bro. I'll catch you Monday.
I might not show up Monday because this weekend I'm gonna be in New York City for my younger sister's birthday.
All right, bro. Have a good trip.
Nice.
Stay safe. We'll catch you. If you can, help me Monday with some signings if you're available.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, dude. Have a good night, and hope you have a safe trip up there, bro.
Yep, safe trip.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I'll hit you up anyways if you're around. You are. If you're not, you just let me know. But have a good one, man.
All right, have a good one, Dustin. Have a good one, Cortez.
You too, bro.
Salute to everyone in the chat.
Have a safe trip too, bro.
Also, to anyone still watching or you're gonna watch this after, spread my my Instagram Raiders stats. I'm trying to get to 500 followers before the end of the month.
Send me your thing, and then I'll just put it in my notes, and then when we do lives, I'll just share it too. Send it to me on Discord.
All right, so
I'll
do that. Bro. Also, salute. Peace, guys. Salute. See you
guys
later.
Heck yeah, have a great night, man.
Yeah, have a good night, bro.
Yeah, just like you said, man, if you guys can give everybody a follow-up on here, people have their tags and their names. They got it in the link tree. They got them all over the place. So appreciate it if you guys can, man.
Yeah, if you guys see The Nation's Nightmare, that's my YouTube channel. When I post the chat or when I post the links, that's my YouTube channel name if you guys want to look it up. Oh, shit. Look, Al Ghost already on it. Good, bro.
Thanks, Al Ghost. All right.
Shit, I think I could go grab it too.
All right, I'll see you guys later. I'll catch you
later, man. Hope you have a great night, man.
I'll catch you Wednesday when free agency starts.
Oh, that shit's about to be
crazy. So it
crazy.
says plan A, get Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson on a 2-3-year deal. Draft Brian Breeze, their top defensive player in the first and Hooker in the second. Well, fuck Lamar. Like, Lamar ain't, man, I don't even fucking get Lamar. Listen. Lamar, why would you draft him? He's just as bad. He is just as bad as Derek Carr in the fucking playoffs, bro. The difference is he has a 12-4 fucking season, and then he loses in the playoffs. Like, why would you want Lamar? Like, Lamar don't have Baltimore's defense here. Like, fuck Lamar, man. Like, I don't even want that.
Are you going to still be on for a while, Dustin?
No, probably not. 15 more minutes.
All right, I'm going to go. I want to take my laptop with me.
Where are you going?
You know where I'm going?
Yeah, I just think freaking for me, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I would entertain Aaron Rodgers just because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done. I think he's very, very talented player. I think Aaron Rodgers is more of a mental game. I think his shit is more of a mental game than anything. I don't think it has anything to do with physical or the way, like, his product. I think he's still a very productive quarterback. I just think, like I said, it's a mental game for him. Lamar's still been MVP of the league and does things. It doesn't matter if you're MVP, bro. You still ain't winning shit. Like, you're at the MVP of the regular season. Good Good. You got the best regular season stats. Great. Man, don't fucking mean shit, dude. The playoffs is what matters. Winning Super Bowls matter. And you're right. He does. He has one more win than Carr. Good fucking job for you in the playoffs. Yeah, Lamar got one more win than Carr in the playoffs. Like, how would he even entertain that? Fuck, Jimmy G got more wins than him in the play. I'm taking Jimmy over Lamar, dude. Like, straight up.
Straight facts.
Yeah, I'd take Jimmy G over Lamar in a heartbeat, especially going to the playoffs, bro. Like, fucking Jimmy gonna give you a chance to win. Fucking Lamar ain't gonna give that motherfucker gonna give you a chance at going home. And he can't stay healthy, dude. Just in the last 2 years, Lamar has barely even played one full season. And he won't fit this season. It's fucking accuracy. That guy, man. I mean,
and Lamar's
he's gonna just try to run, bro. He's just gonna try to run.
Lamar's just gonna go back to fucking Baltimore, actually.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck Lamar, man. Fuck Lamar. Like I said, Rodgers is the best fit. I agree. Rodgers is the best fit in there by a mile. I mean, I think Rodgers, if he can just stay fucking right in his head and know if he wants to play football in his life, then I wouldn't disagree with that. I think Aaron Rodgers can still be a great player, dude. He's only, 37? Fucking going 38. I mean, fucking.
I would not.
39, 37, 38, 39, somewhere in there.
How many games has Lamar played in the last 2 seasons? Let's start there with his injury.
I mean, like I said, I think he's only played out of the last 2 seasons 1 year. One combined year, 16 games, 17 games. I don't think it may be either, Al. I don't know if his heart is in football anymore because the way he is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what. I wish I knew what Rodgers' deal was. I wish he would be a fucking want to play and be dominant here. Like, I'd love to get him, but not for $58 million.
Heck no.
Okay, so look, this is why Rodgers and Lamar are just off the table. They're not even a thought for us, okay?
Because money-wise,
if we only have $38 million, how do you pay Lamar $50 million a year and give him $250 million fully guaranteed? And then let's just say, because that's not happening, we don't even have that kind of money to even begin that conversation. And then Rodgers is $58 million motherfucking dollars, bro. Like, Rodgers ain't coming here, and they ain't eating fucking $30 million. Like, the Green Bay's not eating $30 million of that contract. So, yeah, I agree. If you're going into a dark room just to figure out, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, to figure out if you still want to play football, that's some stupid shit, bro. I don't know. I never liked Aaron Rodgers, Dustin. The shit, like, he's from where I stay at right now. And all that bullshit that I hear from different people about him, I'm good.
One thing, to even get him out of Green Bay, you got to give him the $58 million. So even if he restructured inside Green Bay, you'd have to have him restructure a new contract. And then I think even at that point, you'd have to have Green Bay restructure the contract before they made the trade. So I don't know if we can do that, to be honest. And then, yeah, we do have $119 million next year, but if you backload
this year with contracts.
If you backload the contract and you're $119 million and he's $58 million this year, what do you think his contract's going to be next year? Fucking 80, 70,
90.
I mean, there goes all your fucking money that you need to sign other players. So Rodgers don't make no sense. To be honest, Rodgers don't make sense.
What freaking Ziegler said, he does not want to go after players in free agency. He'd rather draft them.
Well, if we got Rodgers at 40 million, it still don't make sense because how do you build your team back? Like you build your team by not getting a quarterback, dude. Like that's how you build your team. You don't build the team by cutting Carr and going and getting another $50 million quarterback or another $40 million quarterback or signing Jimmy for 35 when you just cut Carr for 34.
Let me ask you this:
like
do you think Jimmy would
you don't build people or teams like that.
Do you think Jimmy would take a discount just because he knows Josh?
Why? That's what did I tell you about Brady? What did I say about that conversation?
Nope, he wouldn't.
Goddamn right. Why would he? He don't owe nobody nothing here. He don't owe Josh nothing. He don't owe shit. Why would he give us a deal when Tampa would just give him the money or fucking somebody else? You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be a team out there that fuck, like I said, the Texans. What if Tampa Texans just say 35 million? Then what? You know, like that's what I'm saying. You can't fix teams by just fucking taking money from one and giving it to another and depleting your resources. You got to be able. You know how you fix teams is taking the money that you just cut a player for and putting it back towards the team in multiple places, not just cut this guy and get that guy. Like that shit don't work, dude. I mean, that's what I would do, Ozzy. I've said it the whole time. I'd roll with Stidham and draft a quarterback, dude, and fucking, that's the way I do.
Dustin, we're both on that deal.
Yeah, I'd be doing that the whole time because I think that's the option. I mean, I've said it on my post on Instagram. I've said it here on this live that if we go with Stiddy and get 5 to 8 wins, I mean, that's a fucking win for us, dude. I mean, I want Williams and I want a quarterback for our future. If we just gave up Carr, I don't want Jimmy. Like I didn't give up Carr to have Jimmy as my future quarterback. Like I gave up Carr because we're getting a rookie quarterback that's going to go do what the rest of these motherfuckers are doing because that's what we fucking need is a quarterback here for 15, 20 years, not a motherfucker here that, he's going to play for 3 years, and then we're going to go to free agency and get the next motherfucker, and then we're going to sign Jimmy that's injury prone as fuck, and what happens when that bitch falls off this game before the fucking playoffs? Then fucking what? We're right back. We're in Carr situation all over again.
Shit.
That's facts. That's how they're all doing it. Every one of them fucking teams are doing it like that. And we're over here we're fucking the pooch, dude, while everybody else is fucking getting on the train, dude. Like, it doesn't even make no sense. Don't even make sense. That's what irritates me about fucking the Raiders or Raider fans or people in general about the Raiders because it's like, fuck, we should be doing, dude, man, you're telling me that dude only gave up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a player and hopped to the first from the 9th pick, dude. Like, I don't know if we would have went that far. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have gone that far. I'm not giving you our player. Like, and who the fuck we giving them that's DJ Moore anyways? Like, we ain't got a fucking player outside of Max and, I mean, Waller. I would give him Waller's ass, dude, but that's why I'm saying Stroud's off the fucking board, and I'm not taking Bryce. I don't give a fuck. Bryce Young is not the fucking answer for us, dude. No way, no how. And I'm not. I just think at this point, fuck a quarterback, dude. I said it. It's either CJ Stroud or fuck go big or go fucking home, dude. And we're going home. I would rather just go like. I said it earlier. I'd go Tyree Wilson, fucking, and then I'd try to take fucking Darnell Washington in the 2nd round, and then in the 3rd, I would try to shoot for Malik or Hendon Hooker if he's still there, because I think he can be there in the 3rd round for sure. I don't think people are gonna be looking for quarterbacks like that with other play. Dude, in the 2nd round, you're gonna have a lot of good defensive players still there. And still offense. So I don't know if you would be that big. I mean, man, we're talking like 8 to 10 quarterbacks coming off in the first 2 rounds. So if it was me, I'd kind of push for defense right off the go and pick up a quarterback between round 3 and 5. I've been saying that the whole time. I mean, I would have probably went defense in the second round, but after watching Darnell Washington, I'd take him and trade Waller right this second. I'd trade Waller's ass in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely trade that motherfucker.
Trade that motherfucker in a second, dude.
Come on, let's go. You gotta go. Come on.
I'd give Jimmy like $15 million and give him a signing bonus that put him around the fucking $6 or $7 million range. If I was giving that motherfucker anything, there's no way I'm giving. If I give him 20, you better give that bitch a $10 million signing bonus where we're fucking only paying him fucking 10. Like, I don't care how they want to work it out, dude. As long as he's only on the books for 10 mil or less, I'd be fine with it. I don't care how you want to give him 25 million and give him 15 million cash. I don't care. However you want to do it, but I think Darnell Washington's a beast like a motherfucker. I think that guy's strong as fuck, dude. He's gonna own bitches, dude. Like, he's gonna own Joey Bosa's sorry ass, dude. You can mark that. And I would take Darnell in the second round, hundo, because he ain't gonna be there after that, because that fool might not even be in the second round. But if he's in the second round at our pick, I'm putting that fool up, dude. Yeah, I would have no problem with that. I mean, I'd do that for Jimmy for sure. I mean, and look, dude, you can get dude like Jake from fucking Fresno. Jake is not a bad player, dude. Like, a lot of people have said the same thing about him with Bryce, dude. It's just his size, but I think it's more of his build, like, for him. But he's got a phenomenal arm too. Great quarterback.
There he is. They're running with the ball, Dustin.
Yeah, I mean, who?
That's Jake Hayner right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jake can be a good viable option later on in the draft. Hooker can be an option. I mean, there's multiple players that are over there that can be a good viable option that are later on that can have developmental time. So I'm not going to say that there ain't other quarterbacks. It's just, do they ever pan out is what it really comes down to. And then if you're taking a year, I guess the best case scenario is in the year one of those players developed and we were winning. Worst case scenario is, but it's actually a good case scenario for us, is they suck ass and we get fucking Caleb next year. I mean, it's a bad scenario, but a good and bad. You know what I mean? So I just think defense is where we need to be. Defense is where it's loaded, man. Defense is the path that we need to go down. If you're going to make a true fucking rebuild and a true fucking transition from the offense to the defense, then you need to do it, and you need to go all out for it. And I think with the picks and the cap money, we can most definitely make it happen. And, yeah, I'm not against Tanner McKee. I mean, I liked him. I seen him in the combine. He did pretty well. I'm not against frickin' Tanner McKee being out there either, so I put Hayner at round the fourth round personally. I mean, he can most definitely, Jake Hayner, I think, is what it is. So
Jake Hayner from actually he's not originally from Fresno State either. He went to Washington, the Huskies, and then he transferred.
For me, I mean, Tanner McKee is good, bro. I mean, he came from David Shaw, bro. David Shaw
was a badass coach for Stanford.
Yeah, and he was a Raiders QB coach for us in the early 2000s. And so he was a Raiders QB coach for us in the early 2000s. He's Stanford's coach there now.
No. He's not there no more. He left.
Well, I know that, but with him, he was there. And that's all I'm saying is that I would say that I would take a chance on him. I'm not against taking a chance on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here, go take a quick shower.
All right, I'm gonna hop off too, man. I'm gonna go grab something to eat and frickin'
Bro,
go gym. But
I'm gonna finish this joint before though. But
all right, well, outside of that, man, I appreciate all you guys showing up, man. Frickin', he said 10 or 3 or 4.
Hey, right before we go, let me drop all these links real quick.
All right, drop them off. See it out there, man. Appreciate all you guys, dude. Like I always say, I appreciate you guys coming here, Ozzy, coming up with your stuff. I really do appreciate it. I mean, like I said, dude, we have a lot of viable options, dude, going in there. And I think, like I said, if we don't get our quarterback, we need to just go defense instantly and get our quarterback later on. I mean, I'm not really too worried about having a quarterback this year. I mean, I know how people are is like, oh man, you got rid of Carr and all. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I want to be good. I want to be good. And if it means that we got to wait a year or two to be good, I want to be good, man. Like, I don't want to be out here playing these fucking broke ass, fucking half ass teams, dude. Like, I don't want motherfuckers coming to me and having conversation about us being a winning team with 7 wins, all right? Like, I want to have conversations when we're talking about being a winning team. We got 12, 10, 12, 13 wins. Like, so outside of that, dude, I want these guys to break the team down. I want them to rebuild it because I have full faith in them, dude. And when these guys get their shit done, I want you motherfuckers coming over here telling me, oh, I had faith in them too. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't forget shit, bro. And I remember all motherfuckers that talk shit on them and talk that bullshit. And I said the whole time, like, I believe they're going to make that team transpire into what they need to make us a winning team. And I strongly believe that they are going to get us there. So Brian Breeze is good, man. The only problem with Brian Breeze is he has an Achilles injury, dude. He already got hurt in college there. I think that's the Clemson D tackle, if I remember right. He's a really good fucking player. I'm not gonna say he's not. I just hate when people have that type of injury already, dude, like in college. So it just makes me skeptic on him, dude. I mean, I'd rather have Miles Murphy than him, but fucking I'm not gonna say he's not good because he is a great player, man. He's 305, I think. He's a big old boy. He's a big boy, but fucking I just hate when dudes have Achilles tears already. But long story short, man, like I say, we appreciate all you guys showing up, man. We appreciate you stopping by week in and week out, in every day or 3 times a week, dude. Like, you guys show up all the time. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate all the support. We got over 19 people following us on Instagram already, dude, in just a few months. I think that's insane, dude. Like, I'm blown away all the time when I see that type of stuff, dude. So, I mean, our progress is progressing pretty well. So I really do, like I say, appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody on the panel. Everybody takes their time out. Everybody that makes a comment, gives us a like, dude. I wish there was way more we can do for you guys. As our channel grows, as we grow, we will most definitely do more for you guys, man. There's no doubt about it, dude. So outside of that, man, like I said, we appreciate everything you guys do. Appreciate everybody that we've met or getting to know, or people that are showing up here new.
Hey, Ozzy, right before, I don't know if you've been watching from the beginning, but I lost my uncle, so I just posted his GoFundMe account that we're trying to raise money for him to bury him and some more expensive. My bad, bro, for cutting you off.
It's all good. You say your thing, man. Like I said, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that checked it out.
No, man. I always say this isn't just me; it's us, dude. Without any of us, it wouldn't be shit. So, like you said, his uncle passed away. If you want to help out with his GoFundMe, there's the link. Go to it, man. Show him whatever you can. Give him $1, give him 10, whatever you can do.
It doesn't matter. We're just trying to help.
Yep, and then like I say, and like I say, man. I mean, we go through tragedies, we go through good times, we go through bad times, but we all go through it together. So, I mean, like I say, that's what makes us a family, and Raider Nation is a family. So, outside of that, man, we appreciate you all showing up, being here, supporting us. We'll see you guys on Monday. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more news to go through, especially with the tampering starting out on Monday at 1 o'clock our time. And then we're going to be having free agency on Wednesday. So there's going to be a lot of shit that happens probably over this weekend and coming into Monday. So until then, I hope you guys have a safe weekend, man. Don't drink and drive, man. If you get drunk, just call Uber, dude. Save a life, dude.
Yeah, and don't get very stoned because this is considered a DUI too. If you smoke too much bud, they can get you with.
Damn right. Damn right. Just smoke shitload and don't stop. If you see lights behind you, keep going. No, I'm just kidding. Outside of that, man, I hope you guys have a great night and a great weekend. Until Monday, man. See you guys then, man. Peace out, Raider Nation. Love you guys. Adios.
Adios.
I'll wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world. Was smiling when I turned. But once you turn away,
Been out of shape, thinking out the box, I'm an astronaut. I blasted off a planet, rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had a thought about wreaking havoc on an opposition, kinda shocking. They want a static with position, I'm automatic, quarterback, I ain't talking shit.